1. Understanding dialogue. 1.1 What is dialogue? Dialogue is a fundamental form of communication that involves an exchange of ideas, thoughts, and opinions between two or more individuals. It is a process of active listening, understanding, and responding to one another in a respectful and constructive manner. Dialogue goes beyond simple conversation or debate. It is a collaborative and cooperative approach to communication that aims to build understanding, bridge differences, and find common ground. At its core, dialogue is about creating a space where individuals can express themselves openly and honestly, while also being receptive to the perspectives and experiences of others. It is a two-way street that requires both speaking and listening, as well as a willingness to engage with diverse viewpoints. Through dialogue, people can explore complex issues, challenge assumptions, and work towards finding mutually beneficial solutions. Dialogue can take place in various settings, including personal relationships, professional environments, community discussions, and even global forums. It can occur face-to-face, through written communication, or with the help of technology. Regardless of the context, the essence of dialogue remains the same. It is a process of meaningful interaction that fosters understanding, empathy, and connection. Characteristics of dialogue. To better understand what dialogue entails, let's explore some of its key characteristics. Active listening. Dialogue requires active listening, which means giving full attention to the speaker, understanding their perspective, and responding thoughtfully. Active listening involves not only hearing the words being spoken but also paying attention to nonverbal cues, emotions, and underlying messages. Respectful communication. Dialogue is built on respect for one another's ideas, beliefs, and experiences. It involves treating others with courtesy, refraining from personal attacks or judgment, and creating a safe space where everyone feels comfortable expressing themselves. Open-mindedness. Engaging in dialogue requires an open mind and a willingness to consider different viewpoints. It means being receptive to new ideas, challenging one's own assumptions, and being open to changing one's perspective based on new information or insights. Constructive feedback. Dialogue involves providing constructive feedback that is focused on the ideas being discussed rather than attacking the person expressing them. Constructive feedback helps to deepen the conversation, clarify misunderstandings, and encourage further exploration of the topic. Collaboration. Dialogue is a collaborative process where individuals work together to find common ground and reach shared understanding. It involves building on each other's ideas, seeking areas of agreement, and finding creative solutions that benefit all parties involved. Empathy. Dialogue requires empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings and perspectives of others. By putting ourselves in someone else's shoes, we can better grasp their experiences, motivations, and concerns, which in turn helps to foster understanding and connection. The purpose of dialogue. Dialogue serves several important purposes in our personal and professional lives. Building relationships. Engaging in dialogue helps to build and strengthen relationships by fostering trust, respect, and understanding. It allows individuals to connect on a deeper level, leading to more meaningful and fulfilling interactions. Problem solving. Dialogue is a powerful tool for problem solving and conflict resolution. By engaging in open and honest conversation, individuals can explore different perspectives, identify common goals, and work towards finding mutually beneficial solutions. Enhancing learning. Dialogue promotes learning by exposing individuals to new ideas, perspectives, and information. Through dialogue, we can expand our knowledge, challenge our assumptions, and gain a deeper understanding of complex issues. Promoting inclusion and diversity. Dialogue encourages the inclusion of diverse voices and perspectives. It provides a platform for marginalized or underrepresented groups to be heard, fostering a more inclusive and equitable society. Creating positive change. Dialogue has the power to create positive change at both individual and societal levels. By engaging in dialogue, we can challenge existing norms, address social issues, and work towards a more just and harmonious world. In conclusion, dialogue is a dynamic and transformative form of communication that goes beyond simple conversation. It involves active listening, respectful communication, open-mindedness, and collaboration. By engaging in dialogue, we can build relationships, solve problems, enhance learning, promote inclusion, and create positive change. In the following sections, we will explore the importance of dialogue, its benefits, and the barriers that can hinder effective dialogue. 1.2 The importance of dialogue. Dialogue is a fundamental aspect of human interaction and communication. It plays a crucial role in various aspects of our lives, including personal relationships, professional settings, and even societal development. The importance of dialogue cannot be overstated, as it allows us to exchange ideas, share perspectives, and build meaningful connections with others. In this section, we will explore why dialogue is essential and how it can positively impact our lives. Fostering understanding and empathy. One of the primary reasons why dialogue is important is its ability to foster understanding and empathy. When we engage in dialogue with others, we have the opportunity to listen to their thoughts, experiences, and perspectives. This exchange of ideas allows us to gain a deeper understanding of different viewpoints and challenges our own preconceived notions. Through dialogue, we can develop empathy by putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and seeing the world from their perspective. This understanding and empathy are crucial for building harmonious relationships and creating a more inclusive society. Building strong relationships. Dialogue is the foundation of building strong and meaningful relationships. Whether it's in personal or professional settings, open and honest communication is essential for establishing trust, resolving conflicts, and maintaining healthy connections. Engaging in dialogue allows us to express our thoughts, feelings, and needs, while also providing an opportunity for others to do the same. By actively listening and responding with empathy, we can strengthen our relationships and create a safe space for open and honest communication. Enhancing problem solving and decision making. Dialogue plays a vital role in problem solving and decision making processes. When faced with challenges or complex issues, engaging in dialogue allows us to explore different perspectives, gather diverse insights, and consider alternative solutions. By actively listening to others and engaging in constructive discussions, we can collectively find innovative and effective solutions. Dialogue also helps in decision-making by ensuring that all relevant information and viewpoints are considered, leading to more informed and inclusive choices. Promoting personal growth and learning. Engaging in dialogue can be a transformative experience that promotes personal growth and learning. Through dialogue, we have the opportunity to expand our knowledge, challenge our beliefs, and gain new insights. By actively listening to others and being open to different perspectives, we can broaden our understanding of the world and continuously learn from those around us. Dialogue encourages critical thinking, self-reflection, and the development of new ideas, ultimately fostering personal growth and intellectual curiosity. Resolving conflicts and building peace. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction, but dialogue provides a constructive way to address and resolve conflicts. By engaging in dialogue, individuals can express their concerns, share their feelings, and work towards finding mutually beneficial solutions. Dialogue allows for active listening, empathy, and understanding, which are essential for de-escalating conflicts and finding common ground. In larger contexts, dialogue plays a crucial role in peace-building efforts, as it encourages open communication, reconciliation, and the building of bridges between different groups. Fostering innovation and creativity. Dialogue is a catalyst for innovation and creativity. When individuals from diverse backgrounds come together to engage in dialogue, they bring unique perspectives, experiences, and ideas to the table. Through open and collaborative discussions, new insights are generated, and innovative solutions are developed. Dialogue encourages the exploration of different possibilities, the challenging of existing norms, and the generation of fresh ideas. By fostering an environment that values dialogue, organizations and communities can tap into the collective creativity and innovation of their members. In conclusion, dialogue is of utmost importance in our personal, professional, and societal lives. It fosters understanding, builds relationships, enhances problem solving, promotes personal growth, resolves conflicts, and fosters innovation. By actively engaging in dialogue, we can create a more inclusive, empathetic, and harmonious world. In the following sections, we will explore the benefits of engaging in dialogue and the barriers that can hinder effective communication. 1.3 Benefits of engaging in dialogue. Engaging in dialogue is a fundamental aspect of human interaction that offers numerous benefits. Dialogue allows individuals to exchange ideas, share perspectives, and build connections with others. It promotes understanding, empathy, and collaboration, leading to personal growth and improved relationships. In this section, we will explore the various benefits of engaging in dialogue. 1. Enhances communication skills. Engaging in dialogue helps individuals develop and enhance their communication skills. Through active participation in conversations, individuals learn to express their thoughts and ideas effectively. They become more adept at articulating their viewpoints, listening attentively, and responding thoughtfully. As a result, their overall communication skills improve, enabling them to engage in meaningful and productive conversations in various settings. 2. Fosters understanding and empathy. Dialogue plays a crucial role in fostering understanding and empathy among individuals. When engaging in dialogue, individuals have the opportunity to listen to different perspectives and experiences. This exposure to diverse viewpoints helps broaden their understanding of various issues and challenges. It allows them to see beyond their own biases and assumptions, promoting empathy and compassion towards others. Through dialogue, individuals can develop a deeper appreciation for the complexities of human experiences and build bridges of understanding. 3. Promotes critical thinking. Engaging in dialogue encourages individuals to think critically and analyze different ideas and arguments. Through active listening and thoughtful responses, individuals can evaluate the validity and logic of various viewpoints. Dialogue challenges individuals to question their own beliefs and assumptions, fostering intellectual growth and expanding their knowledge base. By engaging in dialogue, individuals develop the ability to think critically, consider multiple perspectives, and make informed decisions. 4. Strengthens relationships. Dialogue is a powerful tool for building and strengthening relationships. When individuals engage in open and honest conversations, they create a safe and trusting environment for communication. Through dialogue, individuals can express their thoughts, feelings, and concerns, fostering deeper connections with others. It allows for the resolution of conflicts, the building of mutual respect, and the establishment of strong bonds. Engaging in dialogue promotes healthy and meaningful relationships, both personally and professionally. 5. Encourages collaboration and problem solving. Dialogue is essential for effective collaboration and problem solving. When individuals engage in dialogue, they can pool their knowledge, skills, and perspectives to find innovative solutions to complex problems. Through open and respectful communication, individuals can identify common goals, brainstorm ideas, and work together towards achieving shared objectives. Dialogue enables individuals to tap into the collective wisdom of a group, leading to more effective and efficient problem-solving processes. 6. Facilitates personal growth. Engaging in dialogue offers individuals an opportunity for personal growth and self-reflection. Through dialogue, individuals can gain insights into their own thoughts, beliefs, and values. It allows them to challenge their own assumptions, expand their horizons, and develop a deeper understanding of themselves. Dialogue provides a platform for individuals to explore their own identities, values, and aspirations, leading to personal growth and self-discovery. 7. Builds cultural competence. Dialogue is a powerful tool for building cultural competence and promoting inclusivity. When individuals engage in dialogue with people from different cultural backgrounds, they gain a deeper understanding of diverse perspectives and experiences. Dialogue helps break down stereotypes, prejudices, and biases, fostering a more inclusive and accepting society. By engaging in dialogue, individuals can develop the skills and knowledge necessary to navigate cultural differences and build meaningful connections with people from diverse backgrounds. 8. Enhances decision-making. Engaging in dialogue improves decision-making processes. Through dialogue, individuals can gather different viewpoints, weigh the pros and cons, and consider various alternatives. Dialogue helps individuals make more informed and well-rounded decisions by taking into account different perspectives and potential consequences. It allows for a more comprehensive analysis of complex issues, leading to better decision-making outcomes. In conclusion, engaging in dialogue offers numerous benefits, including enhanced communication skills, fostering understanding and empathy, promoting critical thinking, strengthening relationships, encouraging collaboration and problem-solving, facilitating personal growth, building cultural competence, and enhancing decision-making. By actively participating in dialogue, individuals can unlock these benefits and create a more inclusive, empathetic, and collaborative society. 1.4 Barriers to effective dialogue. Engaging in dialogue is a crucial aspect of effective communication. It allows individuals to exchange ideas, share perspectives, and build understanding. However, there are several barriers that can hinder the effectiveness of dialogue. These barriers can prevent meaningful conversations from taking place and can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. In this section, we will explore some common barriers to effective dialogue and discuss strategies for overcoming them. 1. Lack of active listening. One of the primary barriers to effective dialogue is the lack of active listening. Active listening involves fully focusing on and understanding the speaker's message. It requires giving undivided attention, maintaining eye contact, and avoiding distractions. When individuals fail to actively listen, they may miss important details, misinterpret information, or jump to conclusions. This can lead to misunderstandings and hinder the progress of the dialogue. To overcome this barrier, it is essential to practice active listening skills. This includes paying attention to the speaker, paraphrasing their message to ensure understanding, and asking clarifying questions. By actively listening, individuals can demonstrate their commitment to the dialogue and create an environment that encourages open and honest communication. 2. Preconceived notions and biases. Another significant barrier to effective dialogue is the presence of preconceived notions and biases. These preconceptions can cloud judgment and prevent individuals from truly understanding and appreciating different perspectives. When people hold on to their biases, they may dismiss alternative viewpoints or become defensive during discussions. This can hinder the free flow of ideas and limit the potential for meaningful dialogue. To overcome this barrier, individuals must be willing to challenge their preconceived notions and biases. This requires self-reflection and a willingness to consider alternative viewpoints. By actively seeking out diverse perspectives and engaging in open-minded discussions, individuals can broaden their understanding and create an environment that fosters effective dialogue. 3. Lack of empathy. Empathy plays a crucial role in effective dialogue. It involves understanding and sharing the feelings and experiences of others. When individuals lack empathy, they may struggle to connect with others on an emotional level and fail to consider the impact of their words and actions. This can lead to misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and a breakdown in communication. To overcome this barrier, individuals should strive to develop their empathy skills. This can be done by actively listening to others, putting oneself in their shoes, and trying to understand their perspective. By demonstrating empathy, individuals can create a safe and supportive environment for dialogue, where all participants feel heard and understood. 4. Emotional barriers. Emotions can also act as barriers to effective dialogue. When individuals are overwhelmed by strong emotions such as anger, fear, or frustration, it can be challenging to engage in a calm and rational conversation. Emotions can cloud judgment, lead to defensive behavior, and hinder the ability to listen and understand others. To overcome emotional barriers, individuals must learn to manage their emotions effectively. This can be achieved through techniques such as deep breathing, taking a break to calm down, or seeking support from a trusted friend or colleague. By acknowledging and addressing their emotions, individuals can create a conducive environment for productive dialogue. 5. Lack of trust. Trust is a fundamental element of effective dialogue. When individuals do not trust each other, they may hesitate to share their true thoughts and feelings, leading to superficial conversations and a lack of meaningful exchange. Trust is built over time through consistent and reliable communication, mutual respect, and the demonstration of integrity. To overcome the barrier of trust, individuals must work towards establishing a foundation of trust within the dialogue. This can be achieved by being honest and transparent, following through on commitments, and actively listening to others' concerns. By fostering an environment of trust, individuals can encourage open and honest dialogue. 6. Cultural and language barriers. Cultural and language differences can also pose significant barriers to effective dialogue. When individuals come from diverse cultural backgrounds or speak different languages, misunderstandings can arise due to differences in communication styles, norms, and language proficiency. These barriers can hinder effective communication and lead to misinterpretations. To overcome cultural and language barriers, individuals should strive to develop cultural sensitivity and language proficiency. This can be achieved through education, exposure to different cultures, and practicing active listening and empathy. By embracing diversity and adapting communication styles to accommodate different cultural backgrounds, individuals can foster effective dialogue across cultures. In conclusion, effective dialogue is essential for building understanding, resolving conflicts, and fostering meaningful connections. However, several barriers can hinder the effectiveness of dialogue. By actively listening, challenging preconceived notions, practicing empathy, managing emotions, building trust, and embracing cultural differences, individuals can overcome these barriers and engage in more productive and impactful dialogue. 2. Active listening. 2.1 The art of listening. Listening is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. It is the art of actively receiving and understanding the messages being communicated by others. Effective listening is crucial for building strong relationships, resolving conflicts, and fostering meaningful connections. In this section, we will explore the importance of listening, different types of listening, and strategies for improving listening skills. The importance of listening. Listening is more than just hearing the words someone is saying. It involves paying attention to the speaker's tone, body language, and emotions to fully grasp the intended message. When we actively listen, we show respect and value for the speaker, which encourages open and honest communication. One of the primary reasons listening is essential in dialogue is that it promotes understanding. By truly listening to others, we gain insights into their perspectives, experiences, and emotions. This understanding allows us to respond appropriately and empathetically, fostering a deeper connection and building trust. Listening also helps to avoid misunderstandings and misinterpretations. When we actively listen, we can clarify any uncertainties or misconceptions by asking questions or seeking further explanation. This prevents assumptions and ensures that the dialogue remains clear and accurate. Types of listening. Listening can take various forms depending on the context and purpose of the conversation. Here are 4 common types of listening. Active listening. Active listening involves fully focusing on the speaker and their message. It requires giving undivided attention, maintaining eye contact, and providing verbal and nonverbal cues to show understanding and engagement. Active listening is crucial for building rapport and establishing a safe and supportive environment for dialogue. Reflective listening. Reflective listening involves paraphrasing or summarizing the speaker's message to confirm understanding. By restating the speaker's words in our own words, we demonstrate that we have actively listened and comprehended their message. Reflective listening helps to clarify any misunderstandings and encourages the speaker to elaborate further. Empathetic listening. Empathetic listening goes beyond understanding the speaker's words. It involves connecting with their emotions and experiences, showing genuine empathy and compassion. By acknowledging and validating the speaker's feelings, empathetic listening creates a safe space for open and honest dialogue. Critical listening. Critical listening involves analyzing and evaluating the speaker's message. It requires actively assessing the information presented, questioning assumptions, and considering different perspectives. Critical listening is particularly useful in situations that require problem-solving, decision-making, or evaluating the credibility of information. Improving listening skills. While some people may naturally possess good listening skills, effective listening is a skill that can be developed and improved with practice. Here are some strategies to enhance your listening skills. Be present. To be an effective listener, it is crucial to be fully present in the conversation. Minimize distractions, such as turning off electronic devices or finding a quiet environment, to ensure your focus is solely on the speaker. Maintain eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful nonverbal cue that shows attentiveness and interest. By maintaining eye contact with the speaker, you convey that you are actively listening and value what they have to say. Avoid interrupting. Interrupting the speaker can disrupt the flow of conversation and make them feel unheard. Practice patience and allow the speaker to finish their thoughts before responding. If you have a question or need clarification, make a mental note and wait for an appropriate moment to interject. Practice reflective listening. Reflective listening is an effective technique for confirming understanding and encouraging further dialogue. Practice paraphrasing or summarizing the speaker's message in your own words to ensure you have comprehended their message accurately. Ask open-ended questions. Open-ended questions encourage the speaker to provide more detailed and thoughtful responses. By asking questions that require more than a simple yes or no answer, you invite the speaker to share their thoughts and feelings more fully. Manage your internal dialogue. While listening, it is common for our minds to wander or become preoccupied with our own thoughts. Practice mindfulness and consciously redirect your attention back to the speaker whenever you notice your mind drifting. Show empathy. Empathy is a powerful tool in effective listening. Put yourself in the speaker's shoes and try to understand their emotions and experiences. Show empathy through verbal and nonverbal cues, such as nodding, facial expressions, and supportive statements. Practice active listening in everyday conversations. Effective listening is a skill that can be honed in everyday interactions. Practice active listening with friends, family, and colleagues by consciously applying the strategies mentioned above. The more you practice, the more natural and effortless active listening will become. By developing and improving your listening skills, you will become a more engaged and effective participant in dialogue. Remember, listening is not just about hearing words, it is about understanding, connecting, and building meaningful relationships. 2.2 Types of listening. Listening is a fundamental aspect of effective communication and plays a crucial role in engaging in dialogue. It is through listening that we gain understanding, show respect, and build rapport with others. However, listening is not a one-size-fits-all skill. There are different types of listening that we can employ depending on the situation and the goals of the conversation. In this section, we will explore the various types of listening and how they can enhance our ability to engage in dialogue. 2.2.1 Active listening. Active listening is a type of listening that involves fully focusing on, understanding, and responding to the speaker. It requires concentration, empathy, and a genuine interest in what the speaker is saying. Active listening goes beyond simply hearing the words. It involves paying attention to the speaker's tone, body language, and emotions to gain a deeper understanding of their message. To engage in active listening, it is important to give your full attention, eliminate distractions and give the speaker your undivided attention. Maintain eye contact, nod, and use verbal cues to show that you are actively listening. Avoid interrupting. Allow the speaker to express their thoughts without interruption. Interrupting can disrupt the flow of the conversation and make the speaker feel unheard. Paraphrase and summarize. Repeat or rephrase what the speaker has said to ensure that you have understood their message correctly. Summarize the main points to demonstrate your comprehension. Ask clarifying questions. If something is unclear, ask open-ended questions to seek clarification. This shows the speaker that you are actively engaged and interested in understanding their perspective. Show empathy. Put yourself in the speaker's shoes and try to understand their emotions and point of view. Reflect their feelings back to them to show that you empathize with their experiences. Active listening is a powerful tool for engaging in dialogue as it fosters trust, encourages open communication, and promotes mutual understanding. 2.2.2 Reflective listening. Reflective listening is a type of listening that involves mirroring the speaker's thoughts and feelings back to them. It is a technique used to demonstrate empathy and understanding. By reflecting the speaker's words and emotions, you validate their experiences and create a safe space for them to express themselves. To practice reflective listening, follow these steps. Listen attentively. Pay close attention to the speaker's words, tone, and body language. Focus on understanding their message and emotions. Reflect the content. Paraphrase or repeat the speaker's words to show that you are actively listening and comprehending their message. Reflect the emotions. Identify and acknowledge the speaker's emotions. Use phrases like, "It sounds like you're feeling," or, "I can sense that you're frustrated." Validate their experiences. Let the speaker know that their thoughts and feelings are valid. Avoid judgment or criticism and instead offer support and understanding. Reflective listening helps create a deeper connection between the speaker and the listener. It allows the speaker to feel heard and understood, which can lead to more meaningful and productive dialogue. 2.2.3 Critical listening. Critical listening is a type of listening that involves analyzing and evaluating the speaker's message. It requires active thinking and discernment to assess the validity and credibility of the information being presented. Critical listening is particularly important in situations where critical thinking and decision-making are required. To engage in critical listening, consider the following. Evaluate the speaker's credibility. Assess the speaker's expertise, knowledge, and biases. Consider their qualifications and the context in which they are speaking. Analyze the content. Examine the speaker's arguments, evidence, and reasoning. Look for logical fallacies, inconsistencies, or gaps in their message. Ask probing questions. Challenge the speaker's assumptions and seek additional information to gain a deeper understanding of the topic. Consider different perspectives. Compare the speaker's viewpoint with alternative perspectives. This helps to broaden your understanding and avoid confirmation bias. Critical listening allows you to engage in thoughtful and informed dialogue. It helps you separate fact from opinion, identify faulty reasoning, and make well-informed decisions. 2.2.4 Empathetic listening. Empathetic listening is a type of listening that focuses on understanding and sharing the speaker's emotions. It involves putting yourself in the speaker's shoes and experiencing their feelings. Empathetic listening is particularly important in situations where emotional support and connection are needed. To practice empathetic listening, follow these guidelines. Be present, give the speaker your full attention and create a safe space for them to express their emotions. Listen without judgment, suspend judgment and avoid offering unsolicited advice or opinions. Instead, focus on understanding the speaker's emotions and experiences. Reflect and validate. Reflect the speaker's emotions back to them to show that you understand and empathize with their feelings. Use phrases like, "It sounds like you're feeling," or, "I can imagine that must be difficult for you." Offer support. Express your willingness to help and support the speaker. Let them know that you are there for them and that their emotions are valid. Empathetic listening builds trust, strengthens relationships, and fosters a sense of connection. It allows the speaker to feel heard and supported, which can lead to more open and honest dialogue. In conclusion, engaging in dialogue requires different types of listening depending on the situation and the goals of the conversation. Active listening, reflective listening, critical listening, and empathetic listening are all valuable skills that can enhance our ability to engage in meaningful and productive dialogue. By understanding and practicing these different types of listening, we can create an environment that encourages open communication, mutual understanding, and respectful exchange of ideas. 2.3 Improving listening skills. Listening is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. It is through active listening that we can truly understand and connect with others. However, listening is not always easy, and it requires practice and effort to improve our listening skills. In this section, we will explore some strategies and techniques that can help us become better listeners and actively engage in dialogue. The importance of listening. Listening is a crucial component of effective communication. It allows us to gather information, understand different perspectives, and build meaningful relationships. When we actively listen, we show respect and empathy towards the speaker, which encourages open and honest dialogue. Be present and mindful. To improve your listening skills, it is essential to be fully present and mindful during conversations. This means giving your undivided attention to the speaker and avoiding distractions. Put away your phone, close your laptop, and focus on the person speaking. By being present, you show respect and create a safe space for open dialogue. Maintain eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful nonverbal cue that signals attentiveness and interest. When engaging in dialogue, make an effort to maintain eye contact with the speaker. This not only shows that you are actively listening but also helps you pick up on nonverbal cues and emotions. However, be mindful of cultural differences, as eye contact norms may vary. Avoid interrupting. Interrupting is a common barrier to effective listening. It not only disrupts the flow of conversation but also sends a message that you are not fully engaged or interested in what the speaker has to say. Practice patience and refrain from interrupting. Instead, allow the speaker to finish their thoughts before responding. This demonstrates respect and encourages a more productive dialogue. Practice empathetic listening. Empathetic listening involves not only hearing the words being spoken but also understanding and connecting with the speaker's emotions and experiences. To practice empathetic listening, try to put yourself in the speaker's shoes and imagine how they might be feeling. Show empathy through your body language, facial expressions, and verbal responses. This helps create a supportive and understanding environment for dialogue. Ask clarifying questions. Asking clarifying questions is an effective way to demonstrate active listening and ensure that you have understood the speaker's message correctly. When you are unsure about something, ask for clarification rather than making assumptions. This shows that you value the speaker's perspective and are genuinely interested in understanding their point of view. Reflect and paraphrase. Reflecting and paraphrasing are techniques that involve summarizing and restating the speaker's message in your own words. This not only helps you internalize the information but also shows the speaker that you are actively engaged and listening attentively. Reflecting and paraphrasing can also help clarify any misunderstandings and ensure that both parties are on the same page. Practice patience and open-mindedness. Improving your listening skills requires patience and open-mindedness. It is important to approach conversations with a willingness to learn and understand different perspectives. Avoid making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. Instead, listen with an open mind and be receptive to new ideas and viewpoints. This fosters a more inclusive and collaborative dialogue. Seek feedback. To further enhance your listening skills, seek feedback from others. Ask trusted friends, colleagues, or mentors for their observations and suggestions. They may provide valuable insights into areas where you can improve. Actively incorporating feedback into your listening practice can help you become a more effective and engaged listener. Practice active listening in everyday interactions. Improving your listening skills is an ongoing process that requires consistent practice. Look for opportunities to practice active listening in your everyday interactions. Whether it's with friends, family, colleagues, or even strangers, make a conscious effort to listen attentively, show empathy, and engage in meaningful dialogue. The more you practice, the more natural and effective your listening skills will become. In conclusion, improving your listening skills is essential for engaging in dialogue. By being present, maintaining eye contact, avoiding interruptions, practicing empathetic listening, asking clarifying questions, reflecting and paraphrasing, practicing patience and open-mindedness, seeking feedback, and practicing active listening in everyday interactions, you can become a more effective listener and actively contribute to meaningful and productive dialogues. Remember, listening is not just about hearing words, it's about understanding, connecting, and building relationships. 2.4 Overcoming listening challenges. Listening is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. It allows us to understand others, gather information, and build meaningful connections. However, there are various challenges that can hinder our ability to listen effectively. In this section, we will explore some common listening challenges and strategies to overcome them. Distractions. One of the most prevalent challenges to effective listening is distractions. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with stimuli that can divert our attention away from the speaker. These distractions can range from external factors such as noise or visual disturbances to internal factors like wandering thoughts or personal concerns. To overcome distractions, it is important to create a conducive listening environment. Find a quiet and comfortable space where you can focus solely on the conversation. Minimize external distractions by turning off electronic devices or moving to a quieter location. Additionally, practice mindfulness and actively redirect your attention back to the speaker whenever your mind starts to wander. Preconceived ideas and biases. Another challenge to effective listening is the presence of preconceived ideas and biases. We all have our own beliefs, values, and experiences that shape our perspectives. These preconceptions can influence how we interpret and filter incoming information, potentially leading to misunderstandings or misinterpretations. To overcome preconceived ideas and biases, it is important to approach dialogue with an open mind and a willingness to challenge our own assumptions. Practice active listening by suspending judgment and truly seeking to understand the speaker's perspective. Be aware of your own biases and actively work towards being more objective and empathetic in your listening. Emotional reactivity. Emotional reactivity can also pose a challenge to effective listening. When we are emotionally invested in a conversation, it can be difficult to remain calm and objective. Strong emotions such as anger, frustration, or defensiveness can cloud our ability to listen attentively and respond appropriately. To overcome emotional reactivity, it is important to practice emotional self-regulation. Take a moment to acknowledge and manage your emotions before engaging in dialogue. Practice deep breathing or other relaxation techniques to calm yourself. Remind yourself of the importance of active listening and strive to maintain a calm and composed demeanor throughout the conversation. Lack of empathy. Empathy is a crucial component of effective listening. It involves understanding and sharing the feelings and perspectives of others. However, it can be challenging to cultivate empathy, especially when we have different backgrounds or experiences from the speaker. To overcome a lack of empathy, it is important to actively work on developing this skill. Practice putting yourself in the speaker's shoes and try to understand their emotions and experiences. Listen attentively and validate their feelings without judgment. Cultivate a genuine curiosity about others and their perspectives, and strive to build connections based on empathy and understanding. Information overload. In today's information age, we are constantly bombarded with a vast amount of information. This can lead to information overload, making it difficult to process and retain what we hear in conversations. To overcome information overload, it is important to practice selective listening. Focus on the key points and main ideas being conveyed by the speaker. Take notes if necessary to help you remember important details. Avoid multitasking or trying to absorb too much information at once. Instead, prioritize active listening and engage in reflective thinking to fully comprehend and internalize the information being shared. Language and cultural barriers. Language and cultural barriers can also present challenges to effective listening, particularly in diverse and multicultural settings. Differences in language proficiency, accents, or cultural norms can hinder understanding and lead to miscommunication. To overcome language and cultural barriers, it is important to approach dialogue with patience, respect, and a willingness to learn. Be open to asking for clarification if you do not understand something. Avoid making assumptions based on cultural stereotypes and instead seek to understand the speaker's unique perspective. Practice active listening and use nonverbal cues to demonstrate your engagement and understanding. By recognizing and actively working to overcome these listening challenges, we can enhance our ability to engage in meaningful dialogue. Effective listening is a skill that can be developed with practice and intentionality. When we overcome these challenges, we create a space for genuine understanding, connection, and collaboration. 3. Effective communication. 3.1 Verbal communication. Verbal communication is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. It involves the use of spoken words to convey messages, express thoughts, and exchange information. Effective verbal communication is essential for building relationships, resolving conflicts, and fostering understanding between individuals. In this section, we will explore the key elements of verbal communication and provide practical tips for engaging in meaningful dialogue. The power of words. Words have the power to shape our thoughts, emotions, and actions. They can inspire, motivate, and connect people on a deep level. However, they can also cause misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and create barriers to effective communication. Therefore, it is crucial to choose our words carefully and consider their impact on others. Clarity and conciseness. When engaging in dialogue, it is important to be clear and concise in our verbal communication. Using simple and straightforward language helps ensure that our message is easily understood by others. Avoiding jargon, technical terms, or complex language can prevent confusion and promote effective communication. Active listening. Engaging in dialogue is not just about speaking, it also involves active listening. Active listening means fully focusing on the speaker, understanding their message, and responding appropriately. By actively listening, we show respect and interest in the other person's perspective, which encourages open and honest communication. Tone and intonation. The way we speak, including our tone and intonation, can greatly influence how our message is received. It is important to be mindful of our tone and ensure that it aligns with the intended meaning of our words. A harsh or condescending tone can create tension and hinder effective dialogue, while a warm and empathetic tone can foster a positive and collaborative atmosphere. Nonverbal cues. Verbal communication is not limited to words alone. Nonverbal cues also play a significant role in conveying meaning. Facial expressions, body language, gestures, and eye contact can enhance or contradict our verbal message. Being aware of our nonverbal cues and ensuring they align with our words can help create a more authentic and trustworthy dialogue. Tips for engaging in dialogue. Engaging in dialogue requires active participation and a willingness to listen and understand others. Here are some practical tips to enhance your verbal communication skills and engage in meaningful dialogue. 1. Be present. When engaging in dialogue, be fully present in the conversation. Avoid distractions and give your undivided attention to the speaker. This shows respect and demonstrates your commitment to active listening. 2. Use open-ended questions. Open-ended questions encourage the speaker to provide more detailed and thoughtful responses. Instead of asking yes or no questions, ask questions that begin with what, how, or why. This allows for a deeper exploration of the topic and promotes a more engaging dialogue. 3. Practice reflective listening. Reflective listening involves paraphrasing and summarizing the speaker's message to ensure understanding. It shows that you are actively listening and allows for clarification if needed. Reflective listening also helps the speaker feel heard and validated. 4. Avoid interrupting. Interrupting the speaker can disrupt the flow of conversation and hinder effective communication. Allow the speaker to finish their thoughts before responding. This demonstrates respect and allows for a more cohesive and productive dialogue. 5. Be mindful of your body language. Your body language can convey a lot about your engagement in the dialogue. Maintain an open and relaxed posture, make eye contact, and nod or use appropriate facial expressions to show interest and understanding. Avoid crossing your arms or displaying defensive body language, as this can create barriers to effective communication. 6. Use empathetic language. Empathy is a key component of effective dialogue. Use language that shows understanding and empathy towards the speaker's perspective. Phrases such as, "I understand how you feel," or, "that must have been challenging," can help create a safe and supportive environment for open and honest communication. 7. Be respectful and non-judgmental. Respect is essential in dialogue. Treat others with respect, even if you disagree with their opinions or perspectives. Avoid making judgments or criticizing others, as this can create defensiveness and hinder productive dialogue. Instead, focus on understanding and finding common ground. 8. Practice mindful speaking. Before speaking, take a moment to reflect on your words and their potential impact. Be mindful of your tone, choice of words, and nonverbal cues. Consider how your message may be received and adjust accordingly to promote effective communication. By incorporating these tips into your verbal communication, you can enhance your ability to engage in meaningful dialogue. Remember, effective dialogue is a two-way street that requires active listening, empathy, and respect. 3.2 Nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication plays a crucial role in dialogue. While verbal communication involves the use of words, nonverbal communication encompasses all the other ways we convey meaning without speaking. It includes facial expressions, body language, gestures, eye contact, tone of voice, and even the use of personal space. In fact, research suggests that nonverbal cues can often carry more weight and influence than the words we say. Importance of nonverbal communication in dialogue. Nonverbal communication is essential in dialogue because it helps to enhance and reinforce the message being conveyed. It provides additional context, emotional cues, and can even contradict or emphasize the spoken words. By paying attention to nonverbal cues, we can gain a deeper understanding of the speaker's true intentions, emotions, and attitudes. Facial expressions. Our faces are incredibly expressive and can convey a wide range of emotions. Smiles, frowns, raised eyebrows, and furrowed brows can all communicate different feelings and reactions. For example, a smile can indicate agreement or happiness, while a frown may suggest disagreement or concern. Body language. The way we position and move our bodies can communicate a wealth of information. Posture, gestures, and movements can indicate confidence, openness, defensiveness, or discomfort. For instance, leaning forward and maintaining eye contact can show interest and engagement, while crossed arms in a closed-off stance may signal defensiveness or disinterest. Gestures. Hand movements and gestures can add emphasis and clarity to our spoken words. Pointing, waving, or using hand gestures to illustrate a point can help to convey meaning and engage the listener. However, it's important to be mindful of cultural differences, as certain gestures may have different meanings in different cultures. Eye contact. Maintaining appropriate eye contact is crucial in dialogue. It shows respect, attentiveness, and interest in the speaker. However, it's important to strike a balance, as excessive or prolonged eye contact can be perceived as aggressive or intimidating, while avoiding eye contact may suggest disinterest or dishonesty. Tone of voice. The way we speak, including our tone, pitch, and volume, can greatly impact the message we convey. A calm and soothing tone can help to diffuse tense situations, while a loud and aggressive tone may escalate conflicts. It's important to be aware of our tone and adjust it accordingly to ensure effective communication. Personal space. The distance we maintain between ourselves and others can also communicate important messages. Different cultures have varying norms regarding personal space, so it's important to be mindful of these differences. Invading someone's personal space can make them feel uncomfortable, while standing too far away may create a sense of disconnection. Interpreting nonverbal cues. To engage effectively in dialogue, it's crucial to be able to interpret and respond to nonverbal cues. Here are some tips to help you better understand and interpret nonverbal communication. Observe. Pay close attention to the speaker's facial expressions, body language, and gestures. Notice any changes or patterns that may indicate their emotional state or level of engagement. Context. Consider the context in which the communication is taking place. Nonverbal cues can be influenced by the environment, cultural norms, and personal experiences. Understanding the context can help you interpret the meaning behind the nonverbal cues more accurately. Clusters of cues. Look for clusters of nonverbal cues rather than relying on a single gesture or expression. Multiple cues that align with each other are more likely to provide an accurate representation of the speaker's thoughts and feelings. Cultural awareness. Be aware of cultural differences in nonverbal communication. Different cultures may have varying norms and interpretations of nonverbal cues. Educate yourself about these differences to avoid misinterpretation or misunderstandings. Ask for clarification. If you're unsure about the meaning behind a nonverbal cue, don't hesitate to ask for clarification. It's better to seek understanding than to make assumptions that may lead to miscommunication. Enhancing your nonverbal communication skills. Improving your nonverbal communication skills can greatly enhance your ability to engage in dialogue effectively. Here are some strategies to help you develop and refine your nonverbal communication skills. Self-awareness. Start by becoming more aware of your own nonverbal cues. Pay attention to your facial expressions, body language, and tone of voice. Reflect on how these cues may impact your communication with others. Practice active listening. Active listening involves not only listening to the words being spoken but also paying attention to the speaker's nonverbal cues. Practice focusing on both verbal and nonverbal aspects of communication to gain a more comprehensive understanding. Mirror and match. Mirroring and matching the nonverbal cues of the speaker can help establish rapport and create a sense of connection. However, be careful not to mimic or imitate the speaker excessively, as it may come across as insincere. Seek feedback. Ask for feedback from trusted friends, colleagues, or mentors about your nonverbal communication. They can provide valuable insights and suggestions for improvement. Cultural sensitivity. Educate yourself about different cultural norms and practices regarding nonverbal communication. This knowledge will help you navigate cross-cultural interactions with respect and understanding. Remember, effective dialogue involves not only the words we speak but also the nonverbal cues we convey. By paying attention to and understanding nonverbal communication, you can enhance your ability to engage in meaningful and productive conversations. 3.3 Written communication. Written communication is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. While verbal and nonverbal communication are often the primary means of exchanging ideas and information, written communication offers its own unique benefits and challenges. In this section, we will explore the importance of written communication in dialogue and provide practical tips for effectively engaging in written dialogue. The importance of written communication in dialogue. Written communication plays a crucial role in dialogue, especially in situations where face-to-face or verbal communication may not be possible or practical. It allows individuals to express their thoughts, ideas, and emotions in a clear and organized manner, providing a permanent record of the conversation. Written communication also allows for reflection and careful consideration of one's words before sharing them, which can lead to more thoughtful and well-articulated responses. Additionally, written communication can bridge geographical and cultural gaps, enabling individuals from different backgrounds and locations to engage in meaningful dialogue. It provides a platform for sharing diverse perspectives, fostering understanding, and promoting inclusivity. Tips for engaging in written dialogue. Engaging in written dialogue requires specific skills and strategies to ensure effective communication. Here are some tips to help you engage in written dialogue successfully. 1. Be clear and concise. When engaging in written dialogue, it is essential to be clear and concise in your communication. Use simple and straightforward language to convey your message effectively. Avoid using jargon or complex terminology that may confuse the reader. Break down your thoughts into organized paragraphs and use bullet points or numbered lists to enhance readability. 2. Use proper grammar and punctuation. To maintain clarity and professionalism in your written communication, it is crucial to use proper grammar and punctuation. Proofread your messages before sending them to ensure that they are free from grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, and typos. Proper grammar and punctuation not only enhance the readability of your writing but also convey your message accurately. 3. Consider the tone and style. Written communication lacks the nonverbal cues and tone of voice present in face-to-face conversations. Therefore, it is essential to consider the tone and style of your writing to ensure that your message is conveyed appropriately. Adapt your tone to the context and purpose of the dialogue. Use a polite and respectful tone, even when discussing challenging or controversial topics. Avoid using offensive or inflammatory language that may hinder productive dialogue. 4. Be mindful of cultural differences. When engaging in written dialogue with individuals from different cultural backgrounds, it is crucial to be mindful of cultural differences. Be aware of potential variations in communication styles, values, and norms. Avoid making assumptions or generalizations based on cultural stereotypes. Respect and embrace diversity, and be open to learning from different perspectives. 5. Practice active listening in written dialogue. Active listening is not limited to face-to-face conversations, it is equally important in written dialogue. When engaging in written communication, take the time to read and understand the other person's message fully. Avoid jumping to conclusions or making assumptions. Respond thoughtfully and considerately, addressing the points raised by the other person. Acknowledge their ideas and provide constructive feedback or additional insights. 6. Use technology tools wisely. In today's digital age, various technology tools facilitate written communication. Use these tools wisely to enhance your written dialogue. Email, instant messaging, and online collaboration platforms offer convenient ways to engage in written dialogue. However, be mindful of the limitations of these tools. Misinterpretations can occur more easily in written communication, so take extra care to ensure your message is clear and understood. 7. Be open to feedback and collaboration. Engaging in written dialogue involves a willingness to receive feedback and collaborate with others. Be open to constructive criticism and different perspectives. Use feedback as an opportunity for growth and improvement. Collaborate with others by inviting their input and ideas. Engaging in collaborative written dialogue can lead to innovative solutions and a deeper understanding of the topic at hand. Conclusion. Written communication is a valuable tool for engaging in dialogue. It allows individuals to express their thoughts and ideas clearly, bridge gaps in time and space, and promote inclusivity. By following the tips provided in this section, you can effectively engage in written dialogue, fostering meaningful and productive conversations. Remember to be clear and concise, use proper grammar and punctuation, consider the tone and style of your writing, be mindful of cultural differences, practice active listening, use technology tools wisely, and be open to feedback and collaboration. 3.4 Using technology in communication. In today's digital age, technology has become an integral part of our lives, including how we communicate with others. The advancements in technology have revolutionized the way we engage in dialogue, making it easier and more convenient to connect with people from all around the world. In this section, we will explore the various ways technology can be used to enhance communication and engage in meaningful dialogue. The role of technology in communication. Technology has significantly expanded the possibilities for communication, breaking down barriers of time and distance. It has provided us with a wide range of tools and platforms that enable us to connect with others instantly, regardless of geographical location. Here are some of the ways technology can be used to facilitate dialogue. 1. Email and instant messaging. Email and instant messaging platforms have become essential tools for communication in both personal and professional settings. These platforms allow us to send messages, documents, and files quickly and efficiently. They provide a convenient way to engage in ongoing conversations, allowing for asynchronous communication where participants can respond at their own pace. 2. Video conferencing. Video conferencing has become increasingly popular, especially in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Platforms like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet have made it possible to have face-to-face conversations with individuals or groups, regardless of their physical location. Video conferencing allows for nonverbal cues to be observed, enhancing the quality of communication and making it feel more personal. 3. Social media. Social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram have transformed the way we connect and communicate with others. These platforms provide a space for sharing thoughts, ideas, and experiences with a wide audience. Social media can be used to engage in dialogue by participating in discussions, sharing perspectives, and learning from others. 4. Online forums and discussion boards. Online forums and discussion boards provide a platform for individuals with shared interests to engage in dialogue. These platforms allow for the exchange of ideas, opinions, and information on specific topics. They provide an opportunity to learn from others, challenge assumptions, and broaden our perspectives through meaningful conversations. 5. Collaborative tools and project management software. Collaborative tools and project management software, such as Google Docs, Trello, and Slack, enable teams to work together efficiently and engage in dialogue throughout the project lifecycle. These tools facilitate real-time collaboration, document sharing, and task management, ensuring effective communication and coordination among team members. Benefits of using technology in communication. The use of technology in communication offers several benefits that can enhance dialogue and improve the overall communication experience. Here are some of the advantages. 1. Increased accessibility and convenience. Technology has made communication more accessible and convenient. With just a few clicks, we can connect with people from different parts of the world, overcoming geographical barriers. The ability to communicate instantly and asynchronously allows for flexibility and convenience, making it easier to engage in dialogue at our own pace. 2. Enhanced connectivity and networking. Technology has expanded our networks and increased our connectivity. Through social media platforms and online communities, we can connect with individuals who share similar interests and engage in dialogue with a diverse range of people. This connectivity opens up opportunities for learning, collaboration, and the exchange of ideas. 3. Improved efficiency and productivity. The use of technology in communication can significantly improve efficiency and productivity. Platforms like email, instant messaging, and project management software enable quick and effective communication, reducing the need for lengthy meetings or physical presence. This efficiency allows for more time to engage in meaningful dialogue and focus on important tasks. 4. Enriched communication experience. Technology has the potential to enrich the communication experience by providing additional channels for expression. Through video conferencing, we can observe facial expressions and body language, enhancing the understanding and emotional connection in dialogue. The use of multimedia, such as images, videos, and presentations, can also make communication more engaging and impactful. 5. Global reach and cultural exchange. Technology enables us to engage in dialogue with individuals from different cultures and backgrounds, fostering global understanding and cultural exchange. Through online platforms, we can learn about different perspectives, traditions, and values, promoting inclusivity and empathy in our communication. Challenges and considerations. While technology offers numerous benefits for communication, it is important to be aware of the challenges and considerations that come with its use. Here are some key points to keep in mind. 1. Digital divide. Not everyone has equal access to technology and the internet. The digital divide refers to the gap between those who have access to technology and those who do not. It is essential to consider this divide and ensure that communication methods are inclusive and accessible to all. 2. Misinterpretation and miscommunication. The absence of nonverbal cues in digital communication can sometimes lead to misinterpretation and miscommunication. It is important to be mindful of the limitations of technology and to use clear and concise language to avoid misunderstandings. 3. Information overload. The constant influx of information through various digital channels can be overwhelming. It is crucial to manage and prioritize communication effectively to avoid information overload and ensure that important messages are not lost in the noise. 4. Privacy and security. When using technology for communication, it is important to consider privacy and security concerns. It is essential to use secure platforms, protect personal information, and be cautious about sharing sensitive data. 5. Balancing technology and face-to-face interaction. While technology provides convenient ways to communicate, it is important to maintain a balance between digital communication and face-to-face interaction. Face-to-face dialogue allows for a deeper level of connection and understanding that may be lacking in digital interactions. In conclusion, technology has revolutionized the way we engage in dialogue, offering a wide range of tools and platforms that enhance communication. The use of technology in communication provides increased accessibility, connectivity, and efficiency, enriching the overall communication experience. However, it is important to be mindful of the challenges and considerations that come with technology use and to strike a balance between digital communication and face-to-face interaction. By leveraging technology effectively, we can engage in meaningful dialogue and foster connections with others, regardless of geographical boundaries. 4. Building rapport. 4.1 Establishing trust. Trust is the foundation of any successful dialogue. Without trust, it becomes difficult to have open and honest conversations. Establishing trust is essential for creating a safe and comfortable environment where individuals feel confident in expressing their thoughts, feelings, and opinions. In this section, we will explore various strategies and techniques to help you establish trust in your dialogues. Building credibility. One of the key elements in establishing trust is building credibility. Credibility is the perception that others have of your trustworthiness and expertise. When engaging in dialogue, it is important to demonstrate your credibility to gain the trust of others. Here are some strategies to build credibility. Be knowledgeable, take the time to educate yourself on the topic of discussion. Stay informed about current events, research, and relevant information. When you have a solid understanding of the subject matter, others will perceive you as credible. Provide evidence. Back up your statements with facts, data, and examples. When you can support your arguments with evidence, it enhances your credibility and makes your points more persuasive. Be consistent. Consistency is key in building trust. Ensure that your words align with your actions. When people see that you consistently follow through on your commitments and promises, they will trust you more. Be transparent. Openness and transparency are essential in establishing trust. Share relevant information and be honest about your intentions. Avoid hiding information or being evasive, as it can erode trust. Active listening. Active listening is another crucial aspect of establishing trust in dialogue. When you actively listen to others, it shows that you value their perspective and are genuinely interested in understanding their point of view. Here are some tips for practicing active listening. Give your full attention. When engaging in dialogue, eliminate distractions and focus solely on the speaker. Maintain eye contact, nod, and use verbal cues to show that you are actively listening. Avoid interrupting. Allow the speaker to express their thoughts without interruption. Interrupting can be perceived as disrespectful and can hinder the establishment of trust. Paraphrase and summarize. After the speaker has finished sharing their thoughts, paraphrase and summarize what they said to ensure that you understood correctly. This demonstrates that you were actively listening and helps to clarify any misunderstandings. Ask clarifying questions. If something is unclear, ask open-ended questions to seek clarification. This shows that you are genuinely interested in understanding the speaker's perspective and helps to build trust. Building rapport. Rapport is the connection and understanding that is established between individuals. Building rapport is essential for creating a safe and comfortable environment where trust can flourish. Here are some strategies for building rapport. Find common ground. Look for shared interests, experiences, or values that you can connect on. Finding common ground helps to establish a sense of familiarity and trust. Show empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Show empathy by actively listening, acknowledging emotions, and validating the speaker's experiences. This creates a sense of trust and understanding. Be non-judgmental. Avoid making assumptions or passing judgment on the speaker's thoughts or opinions. Create a judgment-free zone where individuals feel safe to express themselves without fear of criticism. Be respectful. Treat others with respect and dignity. Show appreciation for their perspectives, even if you disagree. Respectful communication fosters trust and encourages open dialogue. Establishing boundaries. Establishing clear boundaries is crucial for creating a safe environment where trust can thrive. Boundaries define what is acceptable and what is not in a dialogue. Here are some tips for establishing boundaries. Set expectations. Clearly communicate your expectations for the dialogue. Discuss the purpose, goals, and guidelines for the conversation. This helps to create a shared understanding and promotes trust. Encourage open communication. Create an atmosphere where individuals feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and concerns openly. Encourage everyone to speak their mind without fear of judgment or reprisal. Respect confidentiality. If sensitive or personal information is shared during the dialogue, respect the confidentiality of that information. This demonstrates your commitment to trust and builds confidence in the dialogue process. Address conflicts constructively. Conflicts may arise during a dialogue, and it is important to address them in a constructive manner. Encourage open discussion, active listening, and a focus on finding solutions rather than assigning blame. By implementing these strategies and techniques, you can establish trust in your dialogues, creating an environment where open and honest communication can flourish. Trust is the cornerstone of effective dialogue, and when individuals feel trusted and respected, they are more likely to engage in meaningful and productive conversations. 4.2 Creating a safe environment. Creating a safe environment is crucial for engaging in meaningful dialogue. When individuals feel safe and comfortable, they are more likely to open up, share their thoughts and opinions, and actively participate in the conversation. In this section, we will explore strategies for creating a safe environment that fosters open and honest dialogue. Establishing trust. Trust is the foundation of any successful dialogue. Without trust, individuals may hesitate to express their true thoughts and feelings, leading to superficial conversations. To establish trust within a dialogue, it is essential to create an atmosphere of respect, confidentiality, and non-judgment. Respect. Treat all participants with respect, regardless of their background, beliefs, or opinions. Show appreciation for their perspectives and avoid dismissive or derogatory language. By demonstrating respect, you create a safe space where individuals feel valued and heard. Confidentiality. Assure participants that their contributions will be kept confidential unless they explicitly state otherwise. This reassurance encourages individuals to share their thoughts and experiences without fear of judgment or repercussions. Emphasize the importance of maintaining confidentiality throughout the dialogue process. Non-judgment. Foster an environment where individuals feel free to express their opinions without fear of criticism or judgment. Encourage open-mindedness and remind participants that diverse perspectives enrich the dialogue. By promoting non-judgment, you create a safe space for individuals to share their thoughts honestly. Active listening. Active listening plays a vital role in creating a safe environment for dialogue. When individuals feel heard and understood, they are more likely to engage in open and honest conversations. Here are some strategies to enhance active listening within a dialogue. Give full attention. Demonstrate your commitment to active listening by giving your full attention to the speaker. Maintain eye contact, avoid distractions, and refrain from interrupting. By showing genuine interest, you create a safe space where individuals feel valued and respected. Reflective listening. Practice reflective listening by paraphrasing and summarizing the speaker's words. This technique not only shows that you are actively engaged but also helps clarify understanding. Reflective listening encourages individuals to share more deeply and feel heard. Empathetic responses. Respond with empathy and understanding to the speaker's emotions and experiences. Acknowledge their feelings and validate their perspective. By demonstrating empathy, you create a safe space where individuals feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and emotions. Encouraging open dialogue. To create a safe environment for dialogue, it is essential to encourage open and inclusive conversations. Here are some strategies to promote open dialogue. Set ground rules. Establish clear ground rules at the beginning of the dialogue to ensure respectful and inclusive communication. Ground rules may include active listening, speaking one at a time, and avoiding personal attacks. By setting these guidelines, you create a safe space where everyone feels comfortable expressing their opinions. Encourage diverse perspectives. Emphasize the importance of diverse perspectives and encourage participants to share their unique viewpoints. Create an atmosphere where individuals feel comfortable challenging assumptions and exploring different ideas. By valuing diverse perspectives, you create a safe space for open dialogue. Manage power dynamics. Be mindful of power dynamics within the dialogue. Ensure that everyone has an equal opportunity to speak and be heard. Encourage quieter participants to share their thoughts and prevent dominant voices from monopolizing the conversation. By managing power dynamics, you create a safe space where all individuals feel empowered to contribute. Managing conflict. Conflict is a natural part of dialogue, and it is essential to address it constructively to maintain a safe environment. Here are some strategies for managing conflict within a dialogue. Encourage respectful disagreement. Foster an environment where individuals can express differing opinions without resorting to personal attacks or disrespectful behavior. Encourage participants to focus on the issues at hand rather than attacking each other. By promoting respectful disagreement, you create a safe space for constructive conflict resolution. Active mediation. If conflicts arise, take an active role in mediating the conversation. Encourage individuals to listen to each other's perspectives and find common ground. Facilitate a respectful and inclusive dialogue where conflicts can be addressed and resolved. By actively mediating conflicts, you create a safe space for open and honest communication. Focus on solutions. Encourage participants to shift their focus from blame to finding solutions. Emphasize the importance of collaborative problem solving and encourage individuals to work together to find common ground. By focusing on solutions, you create a safe space where conflicts can be resolved constructively. Creating a safe environment is essential for engaging in meaningful dialogue. By establishing trust, practicing active listening, encouraging open dialogue, and managing conflict, you can create a space where individuals feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and opinions. Remember, a safe environment fosters open and honest communication, leading to deeper understanding and connection among participants. 4.3 Showing empathy. Empathy is a crucial aspect of engaging in dialogue. It involves understanding and sharing the feelings, thoughts, and experiences of others. When we show empathy, we demonstrate that we value and respect the perspectives of others, which helps to create a safe and inclusive environment for meaningful dialogue to take place. The importance of empathy in dialogue. Empathy plays a vital role in effective communication and dialogue for several reasons. Firstly, it allows us to connect with others on a deeper level. When we genuinely understand and acknowledge someone else's emotions and experiences, it fosters a sense of trust and openness. This connection helps to create a safe space where individuals feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and feelings. Secondly, empathy helps to break down barriers and bridge differences. In any dialogue, there are bound to be diverse opinions and perspectives. By showing empathy, we demonstrate a willingness to understand and appreciate these differences. This can lead to more productive and respectful conversations, as it encourages individuals to listen and consider alternative viewpoints. Furthermore, empathy promotes effective problem solving and conflict resolution. When we empathize with others, we are better able to understand the underlying reasons behind their thoughts and actions. This understanding allows us to find common ground and work towards mutually beneficial solutions. By showing empathy, we can diffuse tense situations and foster a collaborative approach to resolving conflicts. Developing empathy skills. While some individuals may naturally possess a higher level of empathy, it is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. Here are some strategies to enhance your empathy skills. Active listening. Engage in active listening by giving your full attention to the speaker. Focus on understanding their perspective rather than formulating your response. Use verbal and nonverbal cues to show that you are present and attentive. Perspective taking. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to see the situation from their point of view. Consider their background, experiences, and emotions. This exercise helps to broaden your understanding and cultivate empathy. Practice empathetic language. Use language that demonstrates your empathy and understanding. Phrases such as, "I can imagine how that must have felt," or, "I understand why you might see it that way," show that you are actively trying to comprehend the other person's experience. Nonverbal cues. Pay attention to nonverbal cues such as facial expressions, body language, and tone of voice. These cues can provide valuable insights into someone's emotions and help you respond empathetically. Cultivate curiosity. Approach conversations with a genuine curiosity about the other person's thoughts and experiences. Ask open-ended questions that encourage them to share more about their perspective. This curiosity helps to foster empathy and understanding. Practice self-reflection. Take the time to reflect on your own biases, assumptions, and preconceived notions. Recognize that everyone has their own unique experiences and perspectives that shape their worldview. Being aware of your own biases allows you to approach conversations with a more open and empathetic mindset. Seek feedback. Ask for feedback from others on how well you demonstrate empathy in your interactions. This feedback can provide valuable insights and help you identify areas for improvement. Remember, developing empathy is an ongoing process that requires practice and self-awareness. By consciously incorporating these strategies into your daily interactions, you can enhance your empathy skills and create a more empathetic dialogue environment. Benefits of showing empathy in dialogue. Showing empathy in dialogue has numerous benefits for both individuals and the overall conversation. Some of the key benefits include building trust. When we show empathy, we build trust with others. Trust is essential for open and honest dialogue to occur. When individuals feel understood and valued, they are more likely to share their thoughts and feelings openly. Strengthening relationships. Empathy helps to strengthen relationships by fostering a deeper connection and understanding between individuals. When we show empathy, we demonstrate that we care about the well-being and experiences of others, which can lead to stronger and more meaningful relationships. Enhancing communication. Empathy improves communication by creating a safe and inclusive environment where individuals feel comfortable expressing themselves. It encourages active listening and understanding, leading to more effective and productive conversations. Resolving conflicts. Empathy plays a crucial role in conflict resolution. By understanding and acknowledging the emotions and perspectives of others, we can find common ground and work towards mutually beneficial solutions. Empathy helps to de-escalate conflicts and promotes a collaborative approach to problem solving. Fostering inclusivity. Showing empathy in dialogue promotes inclusivity by valuing and respecting the diverse perspectives and experiences of others. It creates a space where everyone feels heard and understood, regardless of their background or beliefs. In conclusion, empathy is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. By showing empathy, we create a safe and inclusive environment where individuals feel valued and understood. Developing empathy skills through active listening, perspective taking, and self-reflection can enhance our ability to connect with others and foster meaningful conversations. The benefits of showing empathy in dialogue include building trust, strengthening relationships, enhancing communication, resolving conflicts, and promoting inclusivity. 4.4 Respecting differences. Respecting differences is a crucial aspect of engaging in dialogue. It involves acknowledging and valuing the diverse perspectives, beliefs, and experiences of others. When we respect differences, we create an inclusive and safe environment for open and honest communication. In this section, we will explore the importance of respecting differences in dialogue and provide practical strategies for doing so effectively. The importance of respecting differences. Respecting differences is essential for fostering meaningful and productive dialogue. Here are some reasons why it is important. Promotes inclusivity. Respecting differences ensures that everyone's voice is heard and valued, regardless of their background, beliefs, or experiences. It creates a sense of belonging and encourages individuals to actively participate in the conversation. Enhances understanding. When we respect differences, we open ourselves up to new perspectives and ideas. It allows us to gain a deeper understanding of others' experiences and challenges our own assumptions and biases. Builds trust and rapport. Respecting differences demonstrates empathy and acceptance, which helps to build trust and rapport among participants. When people feel respected, they are more likely to engage in open and honest dialogue. Encourages collaboration. By respecting differences, we create an environment where collaboration and cooperation can thrive. It encourages individuals to work together, leveraging their unique strengths and perspectives to find innovative solutions to problems. Strategies for respecting differences in dialogue. Respecting differences requires conscious effort and a commitment to creating an inclusive space for dialogue. Here are some strategies to help you effectively respect differences. Practice active listening. Actively listen to others without interrupting or judging. Give them your full attention and show genuine interest in their perspective. This demonstrates respect and validates their experiences. Suspend judgment. Avoid making assumptions or jumping to conclusions about others based on their beliefs or backgrounds. Instead, approach the conversation with an open mind and a willingness to learn from different viewpoints. Cultivate empathy. Put yourself in the shoes of others and try to understand their experiences and emotions. Empathy allows you to connect with others on a deeper level and fosters a sense of respect and understanding. Ask clarifying questions. If you are unsure about someone's viewpoint or statement, ask clarifying questions to gain a better understanding. This shows that you value their perspective and are genuinely interested in learning more. Acknowledge and validate. When someone shares their thoughts or experiences, acknowledge their contribution and validate their feelings. This can be as simple as saying, "I appreciate your perspective," or, "I understand how you feel." Avoid personal attacks. In the heat of a discussion, it is important to refrain from personal attacks or derogatory language. Focus on the issue at hand rather than attacking the individual. This helps to maintain a respectful and constructive dialogue. Be aware of your biases. We all have biases, whether conscious or unconscious. It is important to be aware of these biases and actively challenge them. Recognize that your perspective may be limited and be open to considering alternative viewpoints. Create a safe space. Foster an environment where individuals feel safe to express their opinions without fear of judgment or ridicule. Encourage open and honest communication, and establish ground rules that promote respect and inclusivity. Educate yourself. Take the initiative to educate yourself about different cultures, beliefs, and experiences. This will help you develop a broader understanding and appreciation for diversity. Be willing to learn and grow. Engaging in dialogue is an opportunity for personal growth and learning. Be open to changing your perspective and be willing to admit when you are wrong. This demonstrates humility and a genuine commitment to respecting differences. By implementing these strategies, you can create an environment that fosters respectful dialogue and encourages the exchange of diverse perspectives. Remember, respecting differences is not about agreeing with everyone, but rather about valuing and acknowledging the unique contributions that each individual brings to the conversation. In conclusion, respecting differences is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. It promotes inclusivity, enhances understanding, builds trust, and encourages collaboration. By practicing active listening, suspending judgment, cultivating empathy, and creating a safe space, we can effectively respect differences and create an environment where meaningful and productive dialogue can thrive. 5. Asking questions. 5.1 Types of questions. Asking questions is an essential skill in engaging in dialogue. Questions help to gather information, clarify understanding, and encourage deeper thinking. They play a crucial role in facilitating meaningful conversations and promoting active participation. In this section, we will explore the different types of questions that can be used to enhance dialogue. 5.1.1 Open-ended questions. Open-ended questions are designed to encourage thoughtful and detailed responses. They cannot be answered with a simple yes or no, and require the respondent to provide more information or share their thoughts and feelings. Open-ended questions are valuable in dialogue because they promote exploration, reflection, and the sharing of diverse perspectives. When using open-ended questions, it is important to be mindful of the phrasing. Instead of asking closed questions that limit the response, open-ended questions begin with words like what, how, or why. For example, what are your thoughts on this topic? How do you feel about the situation? Why do you think this issue is important? Open-ended questions allow for a deeper understanding of the other person's perspective and encourage them to express themselves fully. They create an environment where individuals feel heard and valued, fostering a sense of trust and openness in the dialogue. 5.1.2 Closed-ended questions. Closed-ended questions, on the other hand, are designed to elicit specific and concise answers. They can be answered with a simple yes or no, or with a specific piece of information. Closed-ended questions are useful when seeking specific details or when time is limited. However, they should be used sparingly in dialogue as they can limit the opportunity for meaningful discussion. Closed-ended questions often begin with words like do, did, are, or is. For example, did you finish the project on time? Are you available for the meeting tomorrow? Do you agree with the proposed solution? While closed-ended questions may be necessary in certain situations, relying too heavily on them can hinder the flow of dialogue and discourage participants from sharing their thoughts and opinions. It is important to balance the use of closed-ended questions with open-ended questions to promote a more inclusive and engaging conversation. 5.1.3 Probing questions. Probing questions are used to delve deeper into a topic or to encourage further exploration of an idea. They are often used to uncover underlying motivations, beliefs, or assumptions. Probing questions are particularly useful when seeking clarification, challenging assumptions, or encouraging critical thinking. Probing questions can be open-ended or closed-ended, depending on the purpose and context of the dialogue. They are designed to encourage individuals to reflect on their own thoughts and consider alternative perspectives. Some examples of probing questions include: can you explain your reasoning behind that statement? What led you to that conclusion? Have you considered any other possible solutions? Probing questions help to uncover hidden assumptions, challenge biases, and promote a deeper understanding of the topic at hand. They encourage individuals to think critically and engage in a more meaningful dialogue. Conclusion. Asking questions is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. Different types of questions serve different purposes and can enhance the quality of the conversation. Open-ended questions encourage reflection and the sharing of diverse perspectives, while closed-ended questions provide specific information. Probing questions help to uncover underlying motivations and challenge assumptions. By utilizing a combination of these question types, individuals can foster a more inclusive and engaging dialogue that promotes understanding and collaboration. 5.2 Open-ended questions. Open-ended questions are a powerful tool for engaging in dialogue. Unlike closed-ended questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, open-ended questions encourage the other person to provide more detailed and thoughtful responses. These types of questions promote deeper conversations, allow for exploration of ideas, and foster a greater understanding between individuals. In this section, we will explore the benefits of using open-ended questions and provide practical tips for incorporating them into your conversations. The power of open-ended questions. Open-ended questions have the ability to unlock meaningful dialogue by inviting the other person to share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. They encourage individuals to reflect on their ideas and provide a more comprehensive response. By using open-ended questions, you create an environment that promotes active listening, empathy, and understanding. One of the key benefits of open-ended questions is that they allow for a broader range of responses. Instead of limiting the conversation to a specific answer, open-ended questions encourage the exploration of different perspectives and ideas. This can lead to more creative and innovative solutions, as well as a deeper understanding of the topic at hand. Open-ended questions also promote engagement and active participation. When individuals are asked open-ended questions, they feel valued and respected, as their opinions and experiences are being sought. This can lead to a greater sense of ownership and commitment to the conversation, resulting in more meaningful and productive discussions. Tips for using open-ended questions. Start with what or how. Begin your questions with words like what or how to encourage the other person to provide a detailed response. For example, instead of asking, "Did you enjoy the event?" you can ask, "What did you find most enjoyable about the event?" Avoid yes or no questions. Steer clear of questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no. Instead, focus on questions that require the other person to elaborate and provide more information. For instance, instead of asking, "Did you like the movie?" you can ask, "What aspects of the movie resonated with you?" Be curious and genuine. Show a genuine interest in the other person's perspective by asking questions that demonstrate curiosity. This will encourage them to share more openly and honestly. For example, instead of asking, "Do you like your job?" you can ask, "What aspects of your job do you find most fulfilling?" Listen actively. When using open-ended questions, it is crucial to actively listen to the other person's response. Give them your full attention, maintain eye contact, and avoid interrupting. This will show that you value their input and encourage them to share more. Use probing questions. Open-ended questions can be further enhanced by using probing questions to delve deeper into a specific topic. Probing questions seek to uncover more details or clarify certain aspects of the conversation. For example, if someone mentions a challenging experience, you can ask, "How did that situation make you feel?" Or, "Can you provide an example of how that affected your work?" Practice empathy. When using open-ended questions, it is essential to approach the conversation with empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand their perspective. This will help you ask questions that are sensitive and respectful, fostering a safe and inclusive environment for dialogue. Be patient. Open-ended questions may require individuals to reflect and think before responding. Give them the time and space to gather their thoughts and provide a meaningful answer. Avoid rushing or interrupting, as this can hinder the flow of the conversation. Examples of open-ended questions. To further illustrate the use of open-ended questions, here are some examples that can be applied in various contexts. How do you envision the future of our organization? What are your thoughts on the current political climate? Can you describe a time when you faced a significant challenge and how you overcame it? What are your goals and aspirations for the next 5 years? How do you think we can improve our team's collaboration and communication? What do you believe are the most pressing issues in our community, and how can we address them? Tell me about a time when you felt truly inspired and motivated. Remember, open-ended questions are not limited to these examples. The key is to ask questions that encourage thoughtful and detailed responses, promoting a deeper level of engagement and understanding in your conversations. By incorporating open-ended questions into your dialogue, you can create an environment that fosters meaningful connections, encourages diverse perspectives, and promotes a deeper understanding of others. Embrace the power of open-ended questions and watch as your conversations become more enriching and impactful. 5.3 Closed-ended questions. In the previous sections, we discussed the importance of asking questions in dialogue and explored the benefits of open-ended questions. While open-ended questions encourage deeper exploration and reflection, there is also a place for closed-ended questions in effective communication. Closed-ended questions are those that can be answered with a simple yes or no, or with a specific piece of information. They are often used to gather specific details, confirm understanding, or prompt a quick response. In this section, we will explore the role of closed-ended questions in dialogue and provide some tips for using them effectively. The role of closed-ended questions. Closed-ended questions serve several purposes in dialogue. They can be used to gather specific information. Closed-ended questions are useful when you need to gather specific details or facts. For example, if you are discussing a project with a colleague, you might ask, "Did you complete the report?" This type of question allows you to quickly confirm whether a task has been completed or not. Clarify understanding. Closed-ended questions can be used to check for understanding or to seek clarification. For instance, if someone is explaining a complex concept to you, you might ask, "So, the main idea is X, right?" This type of question allows you to confirm your understanding and ensure that you are on the same page. Prompt a quick response. Closed-ended questions are often used to prompt a quick response, especially in situations where time is limited. For example, if you are leading a meeting and want to gather input from everyone, you might ask, "Does anyone have any questions or concerns?" This type of question encourages participants to provide brief responses and keeps the conversation moving. While closed-ended questions can be valuable in certain situations, it is important to use them judiciously and balance them with open-ended questions to promote deeper dialogue and reflection. Tips for using closed-ended questions effectively. To use closed-ended questions effectively in dialogue, consider the following tips. Be clear and concise. When asking a closed-ended question, make sure it is clear and concise. Avoid using complex language or multiple parts in the question. Keep it simple and straightforward to elicit a specific response. Use closed-ended questions sparingly. While closed-ended questions have their place, it is important not to rely on them exclusively. Overusing closed-ended questions can limit the depth of the conversation and discourage participants from sharing their thoughts and feelings. Balance closed-ended questions with open-ended questions to encourage more meaningful dialogue. Combine closed-ended questions with open-ended questions. To encourage further discussion, consider combining closed-ended questions with open-ended questions. For example, you might start with a closed-ended question to gather specific information and then follow up with an open-ended question to invite deeper reflection. This combination allows for a more comprehensive exploration of the topic. Use closed-ended questions for clarification. Closed-ended questions can be particularly useful for seeking clarification. If someone has shared a complex idea or concept, you can use a closed-ended question to confirm your understanding before moving forward. This helps to ensure that everyone is on the same page and prevents misunderstandings. Avoid leading or biased closed-ended questions. When using closed-ended questions, be mindful of any potential bias or leading language. Ensure that your questions are neutral and do not steer the conversation in a particular direction. This allows for a more objective and inclusive dialogue. Be attentive to nonverbal cues. While closed-ended questions may elicit brief responses, pay attention to nonverbal cues as well. Body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can provide additional information and help you gauge the speaker's thoughts and feelings. Use these cues to guide your follow-up questions and further engage in the dialogue. Adapt your questioning style to the context. Different situations may call for different types of questions. Consider the context and purpose of the dialogue when deciding whether to use closed-ended or open-ended questions. For example, in a formal presentation, closed-ended questions may be more appropriate for gathering specific feedback, while open-ended questions may be better suited for brainstorming sessions. By using closed-ended questions effectively, you can gather specific information, clarify understanding, and prompt quick responses while still fostering meaningful dialogue. Remember to balance closed-ended questions with open-ended questions to encourage deeper exploration and reflection. 5.4 Probing questions. Probing questions are a powerful tool for engaging in meaningful dialogue. They are designed to delve deeper into a topic, uncover underlying motivations, and encourage the speaker to reflect on their thoughts and feelings. Probing questions go beyond surface-level information and help to create a more in-depth and insightful conversation. The purpose of probing questions. Probing questions serve several purposes in a dialogue. They help to gain a deeper understanding. Probing questions allow you to explore a topic in more detail and gain a deeper understanding of the speaker's perspective. By asking probing questions, you can uncover hidden motivations, beliefs, and emotions that may not be immediately apparent. Encourage reflection. Probing questions prompt the speaker to reflect on their thoughts and feelings. They encourage introspection and can lead to new insights and self-discovery. By asking probing questions, you create an opportunity for the speaker to explore their own ideas more deeply. Challenge assumptions. Probing questions can challenge the speaker's assumptions and encourage them to think critically about their beliefs and perspectives. By asking thought-provoking questions, you can help the speaker examine their ideas from different angles and consider alternative viewpoints. Promote dialogue. Probing questions foster a more engaging and interactive conversation. They encourage the speaker to elaborate on their ideas and provide more detailed responses. Probing questions also demonstrate active listening and genuine interest in the speaker's thoughts, which can help to build rapport and trust. Characteristics of probing questions. Effective probing questions share certain characteristics that make them valuable tools for engaging in dialogue. Here are some key characteristics to keep in mind. Open-ended. Probing questions are typically open-ended, meaning they cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. They encourage the speaker to provide more detailed and thoughtful responses, promoting a deeper exploration of the topic. Non-judgmental. Probing questions should be non-judgmental and free from bias. They should create a safe and supportive environment where the speaker feels comfortable expressing their thoughts and opinions without fear of judgment or criticism. Curious and exploratory. Probing questions should reflect genuine curiosity and a desire to learn more. They should encourage the speaker to delve deeper into their thoughts and feelings, promoting a more meaningful and insightful conversation. Focused on the speaker. Probing questions should be centered around the speaker's perspective and experiences. They should invite the speaker to share their own thoughts, rather than imposing the questioner's ideas or opinions. Examples of probing questions. Probing questions can take various forms and can be tailored to the specific context and topic of the conversation. Here are some examples of probing questions that can help you engage in more meaningful dialogue. Tell me more about. This open-ended question encourages the speaker to provide additional details and expand on their previous statement. It shows genuine interest in the speaker's perspective and invites them to share more information. What led you to that conclusion? This question prompts the speaker to reflect on the thought process or experiences that led them to their current viewpoint. It encourages them to consider the factors that influence their thinking and provides an opportunity for deeper exploration. How does this relate to your personal experiences? This question invites the speaker to connect the topic to their own life and experiences. It encourages them to reflect on how their personal experiences have shaped their perspective and can lead to a more personal and engaging conversation. Can you provide an example? This question asks the speaker to provide a specific example to illustrate their point. It helps to clarify their ideas and provides concrete evidence to support their perspective. What do you think might be the underlying cause? This question encourages the speaker to consider the root causes or motivations behind a particular issue or situation. It prompts them to think critically and explore deeper layers of understanding. How do you feel about this? This question invites the speaker to express their emotions and helps to uncover the emotional aspect of the topic. It encourages a more personal and empathetic conversation. What are some alternative perspectives on this issue? This question challenges the speaker to consider different viewpoints and encourages them to think beyond their own beliefs. It promotes critical thinking and can lead to a more balanced and nuanced discussion. Remember, the key to using probing questions effectively is to listen actively and respond thoughtfully. Give the speaker time to reflect and provide their response without interruption. By using probing questions, you can create a more engaging and insightful dialogue that fosters understanding and connection. 6. Managing conflict. 6.1 Understanding conflict. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction. It arises when individuals or groups have differing opinions, interests, or needs. While conflict is often seen as negative, it can also be an opportunity for growth, understanding, and resolution. In this section, we will explore the nature of conflict, its causes, and the importance of understanding it in order to effectively manage and resolve conflicts. The nature of conflict. Conflict can manifest in various forms, ranging from minor disagreements to intense disputes. It can occur in personal relationships, professional settings, or even within oneself. Conflict arises when there is a perceived or actual incompatibility between individuals or groups. This incompatibility can stem from differences in values, beliefs, goals, or interests. Conflict is a natural and normal part of human interaction. It is not inherently negative, but rather a reflection of the diversity and complexity of human experiences. When managed effectively, conflict can lead to positive outcomes such as increased understanding, creativity, and innovation. Causes of conflict. Conflicts can arise from a variety of factors. Some common causes of conflict include miscommunication. Misunderstandings, misinterpretations, or unclear communication can lead to conflict. When individuals have different perceptions or interpretations of a situation, it can create tension and disagreement. Differences in values and beliefs. Conflicts often arise when individuals or groups hold different values, beliefs, or ideologies. These differences can lead to clashes in opinions and perspectives. Competing interests or goals. Conflicts can arise when individuals or groups have competing interests or goals. When resources, power, or recognition are at stake, conflicts can escalate. Personality clashes. Differences in personalities, communication styles, or approaches to problem-solving can lead to conflicts. Individuals may have difficulty understanding or accepting each other's perspectives, which can escalate tensions. Unresolved past issues. Past conflicts that have not been adequately resolved can resurface and contribute to ongoing conflicts. Unresolved emotions or grievances can fuel new conflicts. The importance of understanding conflict. Understanding conflict is crucial for effective conflict management and resolution. By gaining a deeper understanding of conflict, individuals can develop the skills and strategies necessary to navigate conflicts constructively. Here are some reasons why understanding conflict is important. Conflict resolution. Understanding conflict allows individuals to identify the underlying causes and dynamics of conflicts. This knowledge enables them to find appropriate solutions and resolve conflicts in a constructive manner. Improved communication. Conflict often arises from miscommunication or misunderstandings. By understanding conflict, individuals can enhance their communication skills, including active listening, empathy, and effective expression of thoughts and feelings. Enhanced relationships. Conflict can strain relationships, but understanding conflict can help individuals build stronger connections. By addressing conflicts openly and honestly, individuals can foster trust, respect, and understanding in their relationships. Personal growth. Conflict provides an opportunity for personal growth and self-reflection. By understanding conflict, individuals can gain insights into their own values, beliefs, and triggers, leading to personal development and self-awareness. Organizational effectiveness. Conflict can have a significant impact on organizations. By understanding conflict, leaders can create a culture that encourages open dialogue, collaboration, and constructive conflict resolution, leading to improved teamwork and organizational effectiveness. Approaches to conflict. There are various approaches to managing and resolving conflicts. The choice of approach depends on the nature of the conflict, the individuals involved, and the desired outcomes. Here are some common approaches to conflict. Collaboration. Collaboration involves working together to find a mutually beneficial solution. It requires open communication, active listening, and a willingness to understand and consider different perspectives. Collaboration aims to find win-win solutions that satisfy the needs and interests of all parties involved. Compromise. Compromise involves finding a middle ground where both parties give up something to reach a resolution. It requires a willingness to negotiate and make concessions. Compromise can be effective when the stakes are not high and maintaining the relationship is important. Accommodation. Accommodation involves yielding to the other party's needs or desires. It can be a useful approach when the issue is not significant or when preserving harmony in relationships is a priority. Avoidance. Avoidance involves ignoring or avoiding the conflict altogether. While avoidance may provide temporary relief, it does not address the underlying issues and can lead to unresolved conflicts. Competing. Competing involves asserting one's own needs and interests at the expense of others. This approach can be effective in situations where quick decisions or assertiveness is required, but it can also damage relationships and escalate conflicts. Understanding conflict and choosing the appropriate approach to conflict resolution is essential for fostering healthy and productive dialogue. By recognizing the nature and causes of conflict, individuals can develop the skills and strategies necessary to manage conflicts effectively and promote positive outcomes. 6.2 Conflict Resolution Strategies. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction, and it can arise in various settings, including personal relationships, workplaces, and even within ourselves. Engaging in dialogue is a powerful tool for resolving conflicts and finding mutually beneficial solutions. In this section, we will explore effective conflict resolution strategies that can help you navigate difficult situations and foster positive outcomes. Understanding conflict resolution. Conflict resolution is the process of addressing and resolving disagreements or disputes between individuals or groups. It involves finding a solution that satisfies the needs and interests of all parties involved. Effective conflict resolution requires open communication, active listening, empathy, and a willingness to collaborate. Collaborative problem solving. One of the most effective conflict resolution strategies is collaborative problem solving. This approach involves working together to identify the underlying issues, brainstorming potential solutions, and finding a mutually agreeable resolution. Here are some steps to follow when engaging in collaborative problem solving. Define the problem. Clearly articulate the issue at hand, ensuring that all parties have a shared understanding of the conflict. Listen actively. Practice active listening by giving each person involved an opportunity to express their thoughts and feelings without interruption. This helps create an environment of trust and respect. Identify interests. Explore the underlying interests and needs of each party. Often, conflicts arise from differing perspectives or unmet needs. Understanding these interests can help find common ground. Generate options. Encourage brainstorming to generate a variety of potential solutions. Emphasize quantity over quality during this stage, as it allows for more creative and innovative ideas to emerge. Evaluate options. Assess the pros and cons of each solution, considering the impact on all parties involved. Look for solutions that address the underlying interests and have the potential for mutual benefit. Negotiate and compromise. Engage in a constructive dialogue to negotiate and find a compromise that satisfies the needs of all parties. This may involve making concessions and finding middle ground. Implement the solution. Once a resolution is reached, create an action plan to implement the agreed-upon solution. Clearly define roles, responsibilities, and timelines to ensure accountability. Evaluate and adjust. Regularly assess the effectiveness of the implemented solution and make adjustments if necessary. Open communication channels to address any concerns or issues that may arise during the implementation phase. Mediation. In situations where conflicts are particularly complex or emotionally charged, involving a neutral third party can be beneficial. Mediation is a conflict resolution strategy that involves a trained mediator facilitating the dialogue between conflicting parties. The mediator helps create a safe and structured environment for open communication and guides the parties towards finding a mutually acceptable resolution. Mediation offers several advantages, including impartiality. The mediator remains neutral and does not take sides, ensuring a fair and unbiased process. Confidentiality. Mediation sessions are confidential, allowing participants to speak openly without fear of their words being used against them. Preservation of relationships. Mediation focuses on finding common ground and preserving relationships, making it particularly useful in situations where ongoing collaboration is necessary. Empowerment. Mediation empowers individuals to actively participate in the resolution process and take ownership of the outcome. Cost and time efficiency. Mediation is often a quicker and more cost-effective alternative to formal legal proceedings. Assertive communication. Assertive communication is a valuable skill in conflict resolution. It involves expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs in a clear and respectful manner while also actively listening to others. Here are some key principles of assertive communication. Use I statements. Express your thoughts and feelings using I statements to take ownership of your perspective. For example, say, I feel frustrated when, instead of, you always make me angry when. Active listening. Practice active listening by giving your full attention to the speaker, maintaining eye contact, and providing verbal and nonverbal cues to show understanding. Respectful tone and body language. Use a calm and respectful tone of voice, and maintain open and non-threatening body language. Avoid aggressive or defensive postures. Focus on the issue, not the person. Keep the conversation focused on the problem at hand rather than attacking or criticizing the person. Separate the behavior from the individual. Seek clarification. If something is unclear or you need more information, ask clarifying questions to ensure a complete understanding of the other person's perspective. Problem-solving mindset. Approach conflicts with a problem-solving mindset, focusing on finding solutions rather than dwelling on the past or assigning blame. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in conflict resolution. It involves understanding and managing your own emotions and empathizing with the emotions of others. Here are some ways to apply emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. Self-awareness. Recognize your own emotions and triggers, and understand how they may influence your behavior and decision-making during conflicts. Empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand their perspective and emotions. This can help foster understanding and create a more collaborative environment. Emotion regulation. Practice techniques to manage your emotions effectively, such as deep breathing, taking a break when needed, or seeking support from a trusted friend or mentor. Conflict de-escalation. Use emotional intelligence to de-escalate conflicts by remaining calm, validating the other person's emotions, and finding common ground. Relationship building. Cultivate positive relationships by showing respect, appreciation, and understanding towards others. This can help prevent conflicts from escalating and promote a more harmonious environment. By applying these conflict resolution strategies, you can navigate conflicts more effectively and foster positive outcomes. Remember that engaging in dialogue requires active participation, open-mindedness, and a genuine desire to find mutually beneficial solutions. 6.3 Negotiation Techniques. Negotiation is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. It involves a process of communication and compromise between two or more parties with the goal of reaching a mutually beneficial agreement. Negotiation techniques are essential skills that can help individuals navigate conflicts, resolve disputes, and build stronger relationships. In this section, we will explore various negotiation techniques that can be applied in different contexts. Understanding the basics of negotiation. Before delving into specific negotiation techniques, it is important to understand the basic principles that underpin successful negotiations. Here are some key concepts to keep in mind. Preparation. Effective negotiation begins with thorough preparation. This involves understanding your own needs and interests, as well as those of the other party. Researching the subject matter, gathering relevant information, and anticipating potential challenges can significantly enhance your negotiation position. Active listening. Active listening is a crucial skill in negotiation. It involves not only hearing the words being spoken but also understanding the underlying interests and concerns of the other party. By actively listening, you can demonstrate empathy and gain valuable insights that can inform your negotiation strategy. Flexibility. Negotiation requires a flexible mindset. Being open to alternative solutions and willing to adapt your position can help create a collaborative atmosphere and increase the chances of reaching a mutually satisfactory agreement. Effective communication. Clear and concise communication is essential in negotiation. Expressing your needs, interests, and concerns in a respectful and assertive manner can help foster understanding and build trust between parties. Common negotiation techniques. There are several negotiation techniques that individuals can employ to navigate conflicts and reach mutually beneficial outcomes. Here are some commonly used techniques. Win-win approach. The win-win approach focuses on finding solutions that satisfy the interests of all parties involved. It emphasizes collaboration and seeks to create value rather than simply dividing existing resources. This technique encourages creative problem solving and can lead to long-term positive relationships. Compromise. Compromise involves finding a middle ground where both parties make concessions to reach an agreement. It requires a willingness to give up certain demands in exchange for gaining something else. Compromise can be an effective technique when the interests of both parties are equally important and there is a need for a quick resolution. Collaboration. Collaboration involves working together to find a solution that meets the needs and interests of all parties. It requires open communication, active listening, and a focus on building relationships. Collaboration can lead to innovative solutions and strengthen the bond between parties. Problem solving. Problem-solving negotiation techniques involve identifying the underlying issues and working together to find mutually acceptable solutions. This technique encourages parties to focus on their shared interests and work towards a common goal. Problem-solving negotiation can be particularly effective when dealing with complex issues that require a thoughtful and analytical approach. BATNA. BATNA stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. It refers to the course of action an individual will take if a negotiation does not result in a satisfactory agreement. Understanding your BATNA is crucial as it provides a benchmark against which to evaluate potential agreements. Having a strong BATNA can give you leverage in negotiations and increase your confidence. Active questioning. Active questioning involves asking open-ended questions to gather information and gain a deeper understanding of the other party's perspective. By asking thoughtful questions, you can uncover underlying interests, explore potential solutions, and build rapport with the other party. Building trust. Trust is a vital component of successful negotiations. Building trust involves demonstrating integrity, being reliable, and following through on commitments. Trust can create a positive negotiation environment and increase the likelihood of reaching a mutually beneficial agreement. Managing emotions. Emotions can play a significant role in negotiations. It is important to manage your own emotions and be aware of the emotions of the other party. By remaining calm, empathetic, and respectful, you can create a conducive atmosphere for productive dialogue. Applying negotiation techniques. To effectively apply negotiation techniques, consider the following steps. Identify interests. Begin by identifying your own interests and the interests of the other party. Understanding what each party hopes to achieve from the negotiation can help guide the negotiation process. Explore options. Brainstorm potential solutions and alternatives that could satisfy the interests of both parties. Be open to creative ideas and consider different perspectives. Communicate effectively. Clearly express your needs, concerns, and proposed solutions. Use active listening skills to understand the other party's perspective and ensure that both parties feel heard and understood. Negotiate and compromise. Engage in a constructive dialogue where both parties can express their viewpoints and work towards finding common ground. Be willing to make concessions and seek compromises that address the interests of all parties involved. Reach an agreement. Once a mutually satisfactory agreement is reached, ensure that all parties understand and commit to the terms of the agreement. Consider documenting the agreement in writing to avoid future misunderstandings. Remember, negotiation is not about winning or losing but about finding a solution that benefits all parties involved. By employing effective negotiation techniques, you can navigate conflicts, build stronger relationships, and achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. 6.4 Dealing with difficult people. Dealing with difficult people is an inevitable part of engaging in dialogue. Whether it's in personal or professional settings, there will always be individuals who challenge our ability to communicate effectively. However, with the right strategies and mindset, it is possible to navigate these challenging interactions and maintain productive dialogue. In this section, we will explore some techniques for dealing with difficult people and fostering positive communication. Understanding difficult people. Before we delve into specific strategies, it's important to understand the different types of difficult people we may encounter. While everyone has their own unique personality traits and communication styles, certain patterns of behavior can make interactions more challenging. Here are a few common types of difficult people. Aggressive individuals. These individuals tend to be confrontational, assertive, and may resort to intimidation or verbal attacks to get their point across. Passive-aggressive individuals. Passive-aggressive people often express their frustrations indirectly, through sarcasm, backhanded compliments, or subtle sabotage. Negative individuals. Negative people have a tendency to focus on the flaws, problems, or limitations in any situation, which can drain the energy and enthusiasm from a conversation. Manipulative individuals. Manipulative people often try to control or influence others for their own benefit, using tactics such as guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or playing mind games. Closed-minded individuals. These individuals are resistant to new ideas, perspectives, or feedback. They may dismiss or invalidate the opinions of others without considering alternative viewpoints. Strategies for dealing with difficult people. When faced with difficult people, it's important to approach the situation with empathy, patience, and a willingness to find common ground. Here are some strategies to help you navigate challenging interactions. Remain calm and composed. It's crucial to stay calm and composed when dealing with difficult individuals. Take deep breaths, maintain a neutral tone, and avoid responding impulsively. By staying composed, you can prevent the situation from escalating further. Listen actively. Active listening is especially important when dealing with difficult people. Give them your full attention, maintain eye contact, and show genuine interest in what they have to say. By actively listening, you can demonstrate respect and create an environment where they feel heard. Empathize with their perspective. Try to understand the underlying reasons for their difficult behavior. Put yourself in their shoes and consider the factors that may be influencing their actions. By empathizing with their perspective, you can approach the conversation with more understanding and compassion. Set boundaries. It's essential to establish and communicate your boundaries when dealing with difficult people. Clearly define what behavior is acceptable and what is not. If someone crosses those boundaries, assertively but respectfully communicate your concerns and expectations. Choose your battles. Not every disagreement or conflict needs to be addressed. Sometimes, it's better to let minor issues slide and focus on maintaining a positive and productive dialogue. Choose your battles wisely and prioritize the issues that truly matter. Seek common ground. Look for areas of agreement or shared interests to build rapport with difficult individuals. Finding common ground can help establish a foundation of trust and open the door for more constructive dialogue. Use I statements. When expressing your thoughts or concerns, use I statements instead of you statements. For example, say, I feel, instead of, you always. This approach can help prevent the conversation from becoming accusatory and encourage a more collaborative atmosphere. Avoid personal attacks. It's important to focus on the issue at hand rather than attacking the person. Avoid making personal insults or derogatory remarks, as this can escalate the conflict and hinder productive dialogue. Offer constructive feedback. If appropriate, provide constructive feedback to help the difficult person understand the impact of their behavior. Be specific, objective, and offer suggestions for improvement. Frame your feedback in a way that emphasizes the potential benefits for both parties. Know when to disengage. In some cases, despite your best efforts, it may be necessary to disengage from a conversation with a difficult person. If the interaction becomes toxic, unproductive, or emotionally draining, it's important to prioritize your well-being and step away from the situation. Remember, dealing with difficult people requires patience, practice, and a commitment to maintaining open and respectful dialogue. By employing these strategies, you can navigate challenging interactions more effectively and foster positive communication even in the face of adversity. 7. Cultural sensitivity. 7.1 Understanding cultural differences. In today's interconnected world, it is essential to have a deep understanding of cultural differences when engaging in dialogue. Cultural diversity is a reality in our global society, and being culturally sensitive is crucial for effective communication and building meaningful relationships. This section will explore the importance of understanding cultural differences, avoiding cultural misunderstandings, adapting communication styles, and promoting inclusivity. The importance of understanding cultural differences. Cultural differences encompass a wide range of aspects, including language, customs, traditions, values, beliefs, and communication styles. When engaging in dialogue, it is essential to recognize and respect these differences to foster mutual understanding and avoid misunderstandings. Understanding cultural differences is crucial for several reasons. Enhancing communication. Cultural differences can significantly impact how people communicate. By understanding these differences, you can adapt your communication style to ensure your message is effectively conveyed and understood by individuals from different cultural backgrounds. Building trust and rapport. Cultural sensitivity demonstrates respect for others' values and beliefs. When you show an understanding of cultural differences, you create an environment of trust and rapport, which is essential for open and honest dialogue. Avoiding stereotypes and prejudices. Understanding cultural differences helps challenge stereotypes and prejudices. It allows you to see individuals as unique individuals rather than making assumptions based on their cultural background. Promoting inclusivity. By understanding cultural differences, you can create an inclusive environment where everyone feels valued and respected. This promotes diversity and encourages individuals from different cultural backgrounds to actively participate in dialogue. Avoiding cultural misunderstandings. Cultural misunderstandings can occur when individuals from different cultural backgrounds interpret actions, gestures, or words differently. To avoid these misunderstandings, it is crucial to be aware of the following. Stereotyping. Avoid making assumptions or generalizations about individuals based on their cultural background. Treat each person as an individual and recognize that cultural differences exist within cultures themselves. Nonverbal communication. Nonverbal cues such as body language, facial expressions, and gestures can vary across cultures. Be mindful of these differences and avoid misinterpreting nonverbal cues. Direct versus indirect communication. Communication styles can vary greatly across cultures. Some cultures value direct and explicit communication, while others prefer indirect and implicit communication. Be aware of these differences and adapt your communication style accordingly. Language barriers. Language is a significant aspect of culture. When engaging in dialogue with individuals who speak a different language, be patient, use simple language, and consider using translation tools or interpreters if necessary. Adapting communication styles. To effectively engage in dialogue with individuals from different cultural backgrounds, it is essential to adapt your communication style. Here are some strategies to consider. Active listening. Practice active listening by giving your full attention to the speaker, maintaining eye contact, and avoiding interrupting. This demonstrates respect and shows that you value the speaker's perspective. Clarification and confirmation. If you are unsure about something, ask for clarification or confirmation. This helps avoid misunderstandings and ensures that you have a clear understanding of the speaker's message. Respectful language. Use respectful and inclusive language when engaging in dialogue. Be mindful of cultural sensitivities and avoid using offensive or derogatory terms. Flexibility. Be open to different communication styles and be willing to adapt your approach. Recognize that what may be considered appropriate in one culture may not be in another. Promoting inclusivity. Creating an inclusive environment is essential for effective dialogue. Here are some ways to promote inclusivity. Respect and valuing differences. Show respect for individuals' cultural backgrounds and value the diversity they bring to the conversation. Encourage others to share their perspectives and actively listen to their viewpoints. Equal participation. Ensure that everyone has an equal opportunity to participate in the dialogue. Encourage individuals who may be more reserved or come from cultures that value silence to share their thoughts and opinions. Cultural sensitivity training. Consider providing cultural sensitivity training to individuals within your organization or community. This can help raise awareness and promote understanding of cultural differences. Open-mindedness. Approach dialogue with an open mind and a willingness to learn from others. Embrace the opportunity to broaden your perspective and challenge your own assumptions and biases. By understanding cultural differences, avoiding misunderstandings, adapting communication styles, and promoting inclusivity, you can engage in dialogue effectively with individuals from diverse cultural backgrounds. Embracing cultural diversity enriches our conversations, fosters mutual understanding, and paves the way for meaningful connections. 7.2 Avoiding cultural misunderstandings. Cultural misunderstandings can occur when individuals from different cultural backgrounds interact with each other. These misunderstandings can lead to miscommunication, confusion, and even conflict. To engage in effective dialogue and avoid cultural misunderstandings, it is important to develop cultural sensitivity and awareness. This section will explore strategies and techniques to help you navigate cultural differences and promote effective cross-cultural communication. Understanding cultural context. One of the first steps in avoiding cultural misunderstandings is to understand the cultural context in which communication takes place. Every culture has its own set of values, beliefs, norms, and communication styles. By familiarizing yourself with the cultural background of the person or group you are engaging with, you can gain insights into their perspectives and expectations. Avoid making assumptions. When engaging in dialogue with individuals from different cultures, it is crucial to avoid making assumptions based on your own cultural background. Assumptions can lead to misunderstandings and misinterpretations. Instead, approach the conversation with an open mind and be willing to learn and adapt. Practice active listening. Active listening is a fundamental skill in effective communication, especially when engaging with individuals from different cultures. When listening to someone from a different cultural background, pay attention not only to their words but also to their tone of voice, body language, and nonverbal cues. This will help you understand the underlying meaning and emotions behind their words. Ask clarifying questions. To ensure clear communication and avoid misunderstandings, don't hesitate to ask clarifying questions. If something is unclear or if you are unsure about the meaning of a statement, politely ask for clarification. This demonstrates your willingness to understand and shows respect for the other person's perspective. Be mindful of language and idioms. Language plays a significant role in communication, and cultural differences can greatly impact the way language is used and understood. Be mindful of language barriers and avoid using complex vocabulary, idioms, or slang that may not be familiar to individuals from different cultures. Use clear and simple language to convey your message effectively. Respect cultural norms and customs. Respecting cultural norms and customs is essential when engaging in dialogue with individuals from different cultures. Be aware of cultural practices such as greetings, gestures, personal space, and appropriate topics of conversation. By showing respect for these cultural norms, you create a positive and inclusive environment for dialogue. Be aware of nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication varies across cultures and can often convey different meanings. Gestures, facial expressions, and body language can be interpreted differently depending on cultural backgrounds. Be mindful of your own nonverbal cues and be open to understanding and interpreting the nonverbal cues of others. Avoid stereotyping and generalizations. Stereotyping and generalizations can lead to misunderstandings and perpetuate cultural biases. It is important to recognize that individuals within a culture are diverse and have their own unique perspectives and experiences. Avoid making assumptions or generalizations based on cultural stereotypes and instead focus on understanding the individual in front of you. Seek feedback and clarification. If you are unsure about whether your message has been understood correctly, seek feedback and clarification. Encourage the other person to ask questions or share their thoughts to ensure mutual understanding. This open and collaborative approach to communication can help prevent misunderstandings and foster a more inclusive dialogue. Embrace cultural diversity. Instead of viewing cultural differences as obstacles, embrace them as opportunities for growth and learning. Engaging in dialogue with individuals from different cultures can broaden your perspective, challenge your assumptions, and enhance your understanding of the world. Embrace cultural diversity and approach every interaction with curiosity and respect. Conclusion. Engaging in dialogue across cultures requires a willingness to learn, adapt, and respect cultural differences. By understanding the cultural context, practicing active listening, asking clarifying questions, and being mindful of language and nonverbal communication, you can avoid cultural misunderstandings and promote effective cross-cultural dialogue. Embrace cultural diversity and approach every interaction with an open mind and a genuine desire to understand and connect with others. 7.3 Adapting communication styles. In order to effectively engage in dialogue, it is important to adapt your communication style to suit the needs and preferences of the individuals or groups you are interacting with. Adapting your communication style involves being aware of cultural differences, adjusting your language and tone, and being mindful of nonverbal cues. By doing so, you can create a more inclusive and productive dialogue environment. Understanding communication styles. Communication styles can vary greatly across cultures, organizations, and individuals. Some people may prefer direct and assertive communication, while others may value indirect and harmonious communication. Understanding these differences can help you adapt your communication style to better connect with others. Cultural differences. Cultural differences play a significant role in shaping communication styles. Different cultures have varying norms and expectations when it comes to communication. For example, in some cultures, it is common to use indirect language and rely heavily on nonverbal cues, while in others, direct and explicit communication is preferred. To adapt your communication style to different cultures, it is important to educate yourself about the cultural norms and communication styles of the individuals or groups you are interacting with. Be mindful of nonverbal cues such as body language, facial expressions, and gestures, as they can vary across cultures. Avoid making assumptions or generalizations about individuals based on their cultural background. Treat each person as an individual and be open to learning from their unique perspective. Organizational differences. Communication styles can also vary within organizations. Different departments or teams may have their own preferred ways of communicating. For example, a marketing team may value creativity and open discussion, while a finance team may prioritize precision and data-driven communication. To adapt your communication style within an organization, consider observing and understanding the communication patterns and preferences of different teams or departments. Adapting your language and tone to align with the expectations of the specific group you are interacting with. Being flexible and open to adjusting your communication style based on the context and needs of the situation. Individual preferences. Individuals also have their own unique communication preferences. Some people may prefer a more formal and structured communication style, while others may appreciate a more casual and conversational approach. It is important to be adaptable and responsive to the preferences of the individuals you are engaging with. To adapt your communication style to individual preferences, consider paying attention to the language and tone used by the person you are communicating with and mirroring it to some extent. Being attentive to their nonverbal cues and adjusting your own body language and facial expressions accordingly. Asking for feedback and actively listening to their communication preferences and needs. Adapting communication styles. Once you have a good understanding of the different communication styles and preferences, you can adapt your own communication style to create a more effective dialogue. Here are some strategies to help you adapt your communication style. 1. Be flexible. Flexibility is key when it comes to adapting your communication style. Recognize that different situations and individuals may require different approaches. Be willing to adjust your language, tone, and nonverbal cues to create a more comfortable and inclusive environment for dialogue. 2. Use clear and simple language. When engaging in dialogue, it is important to use clear and simple language, especially when communicating with individuals who may not share the same background or expertise as you. Avoid using jargon or technical terms that may be unfamiliar to others. Instead, use plain language that is easily understood by all participants. 3. Practice active listening. Active listening is a crucial skill when adapting your communication style. By actively listening to others, you can better understand their needs, preferences, and perspectives. Show genuine interest in what others have to say, ask clarifying questions, and summarize their points to ensure accurate understanding. 4. Be mindful of nonverbal cues. Nonverbal cues such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can greatly impact communication. Be mindful of your own nonverbal cues and adjust them to match the situation and the individuals you are engaging with. Similarly, pay attention to the nonverbal cues of others and respond accordingly. 5. Seek feedback. To ensure that you are effectively adapting your communication style, seek feedback from others. Ask for their input on how well you are communicating and if there are any areas for improvement. By actively seeking feedback, you can continuously refine and enhance your communication skills. 6. Be respectful and inclusive. Adapting your communication style also involves being respectful and inclusive of others. Treat everyone with respect and value their contributions. Avoid making assumptions or judgments based on cultural or individual differences. Create a safe and inclusive space where everyone feels comfortable expressing their thoughts and opinions. By adapting your communication style to suit the needs and preferences of others, you can foster a more inclusive and productive dialogue environment. Remember to be flexible, use clear language, practice active listening, be mindful of nonverbal cues, seek feedback, and promote respect and inclusivity. These strategies will help you engage in meaningful and effective dialogue with a wide range of individuals and groups. 7.4 Promoting inclusivity. In order to engage in dialogue effectively, it is important to promote inclusivity. Inclusivity refers to creating an environment where everyone feels valued, respected, and included in the conversation. When individuals from diverse backgrounds and perspectives are included in the dialogue, it enhances the richness and depth of the conversation, leading to better understanding and collaboration. Promoting inclusivity in dialogue requires a conscious effort to recognize and address the barriers that may prevent certain individuals or groups from fully participating. By creating an inclusive space, you can foster a sense of belonging and encourage individuals to share their thoughts, ideas, and experiences. Here are some strategies to promote inclusivity in dialogue. 1. Create a safe and respectful environment. One of the first steps in promoting inclusivity is to create a safe and respectful environment for dialogue. This involves setting ground rules that emphasize respect, active listening, and open-mindedness. Encourage participants to treat each other with kindness and empathy, and ensure that everyone has an equal opportunity to speak and be heard. By establishing a safe space, individuals will feel more comfortable expressing their opinions and engaging in meaningful dialogue. 2. Acknowledge and value diverse perspectives. Inclusive dialogue requires acknowledging and valuing diverse perspectives. Recognize that individuals come from different backgrounds, cultures, and experiences, and that their unique perspectives contribute to the richness of the conversation. Encourage participants to share their viewpoints and actively listen to understand different perspectives. By valuing diverse perspectives, you create an environment where everyone feels included and respected. 3. Practice active listening. Active listening is a crucial skill in promoting inclusivity. It involves fully focusing on and understanding what the speaker is saying, without interrupting or judging. When engaging in dialogue, make a conscious effort to listen attentively to others, giving them your full presence and attention. Avoid making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. Instead, seek clarification and ask open-ended questions to deepen your understanding. By practicing active listening, you demonstrate respect for others' perspectives and create a space where everyone feels heard. 4. Use inclusive language. Language plays a significant role in promoting inclusivity. Be mindful of the words and phrases you use during dialogue to ensure they are inclusive and respectful. Avoid using language that may be offensive or exclusionary to certain individuals or groups. Use gender-neutral language when appropriate and be aware of cultural sensitivities. By using inclusive language, you create a welcoming environment where everyone feels valued and included. 5. Encourage and amplify marginalized voices. Inclusive dialogue involves actively seeking out and amplifying the voices of marginalized individuals or groups. Recognize that some individuals may face barriers to participation due to systemic inequalities or power dynamics. Encourage these individuals to share their perspectives and experiences, and ensure that their voices are heard and respected. Actively listen to their contributions and validate their experiences. By amplifying marginalized voices, you promote inclusivity and work towards creating a more equitable dialogue. 6. Challenge assumptions and biases. Promoting inclusivity requires challenging assumptions and biases that may hinder open and respectful dialogue. Be aware of your own biases and prejudices, and make a conscious effort to challenge them. Avoid making assumptions about others based on their background or identity. Instead, approach dialogue with an open mind and a willingness to learn from others. By challenging assumptions and biases, you create a space where diverse perspectives can be shared and valued. 7. Foster collaboration and cooperation. Inclusive dialogue is not just about individual perspectives, it is also about fostering collaboration and cooperation. Encourage participants to work together towards a common goal, rather than engaging in competitive or confrontational dialogue. Emphasize the importance of finding common ground and seeking win-win solutions. By fostering collaboration and cooperation, you create an environment where everyone's contributions are valued and collective decision-making is prioritized. 8. Reflect and learn from feedback. Promoting inclusivity in dialogue is an ongoing process that requires continuous reflection and learning. Be open to feedback from participants and be willing to adapt your approach to create a more inclusive environment. Reflect on your own biases and areas for improvement, and seek opportunities to learn from diverse perspectives. By continuously reflecting and learning, you can enhance your ability to promote inclusivity in dialogue. In conclusion, promoting inclusivity in dialogue is essential for creating an environment where everyone feels valued, respected, and included. By creating a safe and respectful space, acknowledging diverse perspectives, practicing active listening, using inclusive language, amplifying marginalized voices, challenging assumptions and biases, fostering collaboration, and reflecting on feedback, you can promote inclusivity and enhance the quality of dialogue. Remember, inclusivity is not just about inviting diverse voices to the conversation, it is about actively listening, valuing, and incorporating those voices into the dialogue. 8. Active participation. 8.1 Engaging in group discussions. Engaging in group discussions is an essential skill for effective communication and collaboration. Whether you are participating in a team meeting, a classroom discussion, or a community forum, being able to actively engage in dialogue is crucial for sharing ideas, understanding different perspectives, and reaching consensus. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques to help you effectively engage in group discussions. Prepare and research. Before participating in a group discussion, it is important to prepare and research the topic at hand. This will enable you to contribute meaningfully to the conversation and demonstrate your knowledge and understanding. Take the time to gather relevant information, read articles or books, and familiarize yourself with different viewpoints. By being well informed, you can engage in the discussion with confidence and credibility. Listen actively. Active listening is a fundamental skill when engaging in group discussions. It involves not only hearing what others are saying but also paying attention to their nonverbal cues, such as body language and facial expressions. To listen actively, focus on the speaker, maintain eye contact, and avoid interrupting. Show genuine interest in what others have to say and refrain from formulating your response while they are speaking. Instead, listen attentively and try to understand their perspective before formulating your own thoughts. Respect and value diverse opinions. Group discussions often involve individuals with different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. It is important to approach these discussions with an open mind and a willingness to consider alternative viewpoints. Respect and value the opinions of others, even if they differ from your own. Avoid dismissing or belittling someone's ideas, as this can create a hostile environment and hinder productive dialogue. Instead, encourage a respectful exchange of ideas and foster an inclusive atmosphere where everyone feels comfortable expressing their thoughts. Ask thoughtful questions. Asking thoughtful questions is an effective way to engage in group discussions and encourage deeper exploration of the topic. Questions can help clarify information, challenge assumptions, and stimulate critical thinking. When asking questions, be mindful of their tone and phrasing to ensure they are respectful and non-confrontational. Aim for open-ended questions that invite discussion and reflection rather than closed-ended questions that elicit simple yes or no answers. By asking thoughtful questions, you can contribute to the conversation and encourage others to share their insights. Build on others' ideas. Engaging in group discussions involves building on the ideas and contributions of others. When someone shares an idea or perspective, acknowledge and validate their input before adding your own thoughts. This demonstrates respect for their contribution and encourages a collaborative environment. You can build on others' ideas by offering additional insights, providing examples, or connecting their ideas to previous points made in the discussion. By actively building on others' ideas, you contribute to the collective knowledge and foster a sense of collaboration. Use inclusive language. Inclusive language is essential for creating an environment where everyone feels valued and respected. When engaging in group discussions, be mindful of the words and phrases you use. Avoid language that may be exclusionary or offensive to certain individuals or groups. Instead, strive to use inclusive language that is gender-neutral, culturally sensitive, and respectful of diversity. By using inclusive language, you contribute to a more inclusive and welcoming discussion environment. Manage conflicts constructively. Group discussions can sometimes lead to conflicts or disagreements. When conflicts arise, it is important to manage them constructively to maintain a productive dialogue. Instead of becoming defensive or confrontational, try to understand the underlying concerns and interests of all parties involved. Practice active listening and empathy to foster understanding and find common ground. Seek solutions that address the needs and interests of all participants, and be open to compromise. By managing conflicts constructively, you can turn potential obstacles into opportunities for growth and collaboration. Summarize and synthesize. As a group discussion progresses, it can be helpful to summarize and synthesize the main points and ideas that have been shared. This not only helps to keep the conversation focused but also allows for a collective understanding of the discussion's key takeaways. Summarizing and synthesizing can be done by restating key points, identifying common themes, and highlighting areas of agreement or disagreement. By summarizing and synthesizing, you contribute to the overall coherence and clarity of the discussion. Engaging in group discussions requires active participation, respectful communication, and a willingness to consider diverse perspectives. By preparing, listening actively, respecting others, asking thoughtful questions, building on ideas, using inclusive language, managing conflicts constructively, and summarizing key points, you can effectively engage in group discussions and contribute to meaningful dialogue. Remember, the goal of engaging in group discussions is not only to express your own ideas but also to learn from others and collectively arrive at better solutions. 8.2 Contributing constructively. Engaging in dialogue is not just about listening and understanding, it also involves actively contributing to the conversation in a constructive manner. When you contribute constructively, you add value to the dialogue and help move it forward. In this section, we will explore some strategies and techniques for contributing constructively in a dialogue. 1. Be prepared. Before engaging in a dialogue, it is essential to be prepared. Take the time to gather relevant information and familiarize yourself with the topic at hand. This will enable you to contribute more effectively and confidently. Being prepared also shows respect for the other participants and their perspectives. 2. Stay focused. During a dialogue, it is crucial to stay focused on the topic being discussed. Avoid going off on tangents or introducing unrelated ideas. By staying focused, you contribute to the coherence and productivity of the conversation. If you have a new idea or a different topic to discuss, wait for an appropriate moment to bring it up or suggest it as a future discussion point. 3. Use clear and concise language. When contributing to a dialogue, it is important to use clear and concise language. Avoid using jargon or technical terms that may confuse others. Instead, strive for simplicity and clarity in your communication. This will help ensure that your ideas are easily understood by all participants. 4. Express your thoughts respectfully. Respectful communication is essential in any dialogue. When expressing your thoughts, be mindful of your tone and language. Avoid using aggressive or confrontational language that may escalate tensions. Instead, strive for a respectful and diplomatic approach. Acknowledge and validate the perspectives of others, even if you disagree with them. This will create a more inclusive and collaborative environment for dialogue. 5. Support your points with evidence. When contributing to a dialogue, it is important to support your points with evidence. This could include facts, statistics, research findings, or personal experiences. Providing evidence not only strengthens your arguments but also adds credibility to your contributions. However, be cautious not to overwhelm the conversation with excessive data or information. Select the most relevant and compelling evidence to support your points effectively. 6. Ask thought-provoking questions. Contributing constructively also involves asking thought-provoking questions. These questions can help stimulate deeper thinking and encourage others to reflect on their perspectives. Open-ended questions are particularly effective in promoting dialogue as they invite more detailed and thoughtful responses. By asking thought-provoking questions, you can encourage a more robust and engaging conversation. 7. Practice active listening. Active listening is not only important when you are in the role of a listener but also when you are contributing to a dialogue. By actively listening to others, you can better understand their perspectives and respond more effectively. Show genuine interest in what others are saying, maintain eye contact, and use nonverbal cues to demonstrate your engagement. This will create a positive and receptive atmosphere for dialogue. 8. Be open to different perspectives. Contributing constructively in a dialogue requires an open mind. Be willing to consider different perspectives and be open to changing your own views if presented with compelling arguments or evidence. Avoid being defensive or dismissive of ideas that differ from your own. Instead, approach the conversation with a willingness to learn and grow from the insights of others. 9. Practice empathy. Empathy plays a crucial role in contributing constructively to a dialogue. Put yourself in the shoes of others and try to understand their experiences and emotions. This will help you respond with empathy and compassion, fostering a more inclusive and understanding dialogue. Acknowledge and validate the feelings of others, even if you do not agree with their perspectives. 10. Be mindful of nonverbal communication. In addition to verbal communication, nonverbal cues also play a significant role in contributing constructively to a dialogue. Be mindful of your body language, facial expressions, and gestures. Maintain an open and approachable posture, and avoid defensive or aggressive nonverbal cues. Nonverbal communication can either enhance or hinder the effectiveness of your contributions, so be conscious of the messages you are conveying through your nonverbal behavior. 11. Reflect and learn. After participating in a dialogue, take the time to reflect on your contributions. Consider what went well and areas where you could improve. Reflecting on your experiences will help you grow as a constructive contributor in future dialogues. Seek feedback from others to gain different perspectives on your contributions and learn from their insights. By following these strategies and techniques, you can contribute constructively to dialogues and help create a more inclusive and productive conversation. Remember, engaging in dialogue is not just about expressing your own ideas, it is also about actively listening, respecting others, and working collaboratively towards shared understanding and solutions. 8.3 Active listening in group settings. In group settings, active listening plays a crucial role in engaging in dialogue effectively. Active listening involves not only hearing the words being spoken but also understanding the underlying message, showing empathy, and providing appropriate responses. When participating in group discussions, it is essential to actively listen to others to foster a productive and inclusive dialogue. This section will explore the importance of active listening in group settings and provide practical strategies to enhance this skill. The importance of active listening in group settings. Active listening is a fundamental aspect of effective communication, especially in group settings. When individuals actively listen to one another, it creates an environment of respect, understanding, and collaboration. Here are some key reasons why active listening is crucial in group discussions. Promotes understanding. Active listening allows individuals to gain a deeper understanding of the perspectives, ideas, and concerns of others. By actively listening, participants can grasp the nuances of different viewpoints and develop a more comprehensive understanding of the topic being discussed. Builds trust and rapport. When individuals feel heard and understood, it fosters trust and rapport within the group. Active listening demonstrates respect for others' opinions and validates their experiences, creating a safe space for open and honest dialogue. Encourages diverse participation. Active listening encourages individuals to actively engage in the conversation, leading to a more inclusive and diverse discussion. When people feel that their ideas are valued and heard, they are more likely to contribute their unique perspectives and experiences. Reduces misunderstandings. Misunderstandings can arise when individuals fail to actively listen to one another. By actively listening and seeking clarification when needed, participants can minimize misinterpretations and ensure that everyone is on the same page. Strategies for active listening in group settings. Developing active listening skills requires practice and intentionality. Here are some strategies to enhance active listening in group settings. Maintain eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful nonverbal cue that demonstrates attentiveness and interest. When someone is speaking, maintain eye contact to show that you are actively listening and engaged in the conversation. Avoid interrupting. Interrupting can disrupt the flow of conversation and hinder effective communication. Allow others to express their thoughts fully before interjecting with your own ideas or opinions. Practice patience and wait for appropriate pauses to contribute to the discussion. Use nonverbal cues. Nonverbal cues, such as nodding, smiling, and using facial expressions, can convey understanding and encouragement. These cues show that you are actively listening and encourage the speaker to continue sharing their thoughts. Paraphrase and summarize. Paraphrasing and summarizing what others have said is an effective way to demonstrate understanding and ensure clarity. Repeat key points or ideas in your own words to confirm your comprehension and provide feedback to the speaker. Ask clarifying questions. If something is unclear or you need further information, ask clarifying questions. This not only helps you gain a better understanding but also shows the speaker that you are actively engaged and interested in their perspective. Avoid distractions. Minimize distractions during group discussions to maintain focus and actively listen. Put away electronic devices, find a quiet space, and eliminate any potential interruptions to ensure that you can give your full attention to the conversation. Practice empathy. Empathy is an essential component of active listening. Put yourself in the speaker's shoes and try to understand their emotions, experiences, and perspectives. Show empathy through verbal and nonverbal cues, such as acknowledging their feelings and validating their experiences. Manage your own biases. Be aware of your own biases and preconceived notions that may hinder active listening. Approach the conversation with an open mind and be willing to challenge your own assumptions. Recognize that everyone's perspective is valuable and deserves to be heard. Take turns and share the floor. In group settings, it is important to give everyone an opportunity to speak and share their thoughts. Avoid dominating the conversation and encourage others to contribute by actively inviting their input and opinions. Reflect before responding. Instead of immediately responding to what someone has said, take a moment to reflect on their words. This allows you to formulate a thoughtful and meaningful response, demonstrating that you have truly considered their perspective. By implementing these strategies, you can actively listen in group settings and contribute to meaningful and productive dialogues. Active listening not only benefits the group as a whole but also enhances your own understanding and communication skills. Remember, engaging in dialogue is a collaborative process that requires active participation from all individuals involved. By actively listening and valuing the contributions of others, you can create an environment that fosters open-mindedness, respect, and effective communication. 8.4 Facilitating effective meetings. Facilitating effective meetings is a crucial skill for anyone who wants to engage in dialogue and promote productive discussions. Meetings provide a platform for individuals to come together, share ideas, and make decisions collectively. However, without proper facilitation, meetings can easily become unproductive and fail to achieve their intended goals. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques for facilitating effective meetings that encourage dialogue and maximize participation. Setting the stage. Before the meeting even begins, it is essential to set the stage for effective dialogue. This involves careful planning and preparation to ensure that the meeting runs smoothly and achieves its objectives. Here are some key steps to consider. Define the purpose and objectives. Clearly articulate the purpose of the meeting and the specific objectives you hope to achieve. This will help guide the discussion and keep participants focused. Create an agenda. Develop a detailed agenda that outlines the topics to be discussed, the time allocated for each item, and any materials or resources needed. Share the agenda with participants in advance so they can come prepared. Invite the right people. Identify the key stakeholders and individuals who can contribute meaningfully to the discussion. Ensure that the invitees have the necessary knowledge and expertise to address the meeting's objectives. Choose an appropriate venue. Select a venue that is conducive to open dialogue and collaboration. Consider factors such as seating arrangements, lighting, and acoustics to create a comfortable and engaging environment. Establishing ground rules. To facilitate effective dialogue during meetings, it is important to establish ground rules that promote respectful and inclusive communication. Ground rules provide a framework for participants to engage in constructive discussions and ensure that everyone's voice is heard. Here are some common ground rules to consider. Active listening. Encourage participants to actively listen to one another without interrupting or judging. This helps create an atmosphere of respect and understanding. One person speaks at a time. Ensure that only one person speaks at a time to avoid confusion and allow for focused discussions. Use techniques such as raising hands or passing a speaking object to maintain order. Respectful language and behavior. Emphasize the importance of using respectful language and behavior towards others. Discourage personal attacks or derogatory remarks that can hinder productive dialogue. Confidentiality. Establish a safe space where participants feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas. Emphasize the importance of maintaining confidentiality and not sharing sensitive information outside the meeting. Facilitation techniques. As the meeting facilitator, your role is to guide the discussion, encourage participation, and ensure that the meeting stays on track. Here are some facilitation techniques to help you achieve these goals. Active listening. Demonstrate active listening skills by maintaining eye contact, nodding, and paraphrasing participants' comments. This shows that you value their input and encourages others to actively listen as well. Encourage equal participation. Create opportunities for all participants to contribute by asking open-ended questions and inviting quieter individuals to share their thoughts. Be mindful of dominant voices and ensure that everyone has a chance to speak. Manage time effectively. Keep track of time and ensure that each agenda item is discussed within the allocated time frame. If a discussion is taking longer than expected, suggest moving on or scheduling a separate meeting to address the topic in more detail. Summarize and clarify. Regularly summarize key points and decisions made during the meeting to ensure everyone is on the same page. Clarify any misunderstandings or ambiguities to avoid confusion. Dealing with challenges. Facilitating meetings can sometimes be challenging, especially when conflicts arise or discussions become heated. Here are some strategies for dealing with common challenges. Addressing conflicts. If conflicts arise, acknowledge them and encourage respectful dialogue. Use conflict resolution techniques, such as active listening, reframing, and finding common ground, to help participants work through their differences. Managing dominant individuals. If one or more participants dominate the discussion, gently redirect the conversation to involve others. Use techniques like asking for input from quieter individuals or summarizing the dominant person's points and inviting others to respond. Handling tangents and distractions. If the discussion veers off topic or distractions arise, gently steer the conversation back to the agenda. Politely acknowledge the tangent or distraction and refocus the group on the intended objectives. Encouraging diverse perspectives. Actively seek out diverse perspectives and encourage participants to consider alternative viewpoints. This can help foster creativity and innovation within the group. Wrapping up. Facilitating effective meetings is a skill that requires careful planning, active listening, and the ability to manage group dynamics. By setting the stage, establishing ground rules, using facilitation techniques, and addressing challenges, you can create an environment that promotes dialogue and maximizes participation. Remember, effective meetings are not just about achieving outcomes, they are also about building relationships, fostering collaboration, and creating a sense of ownership among participants. 8.4 Facilitating effective meetings. Facilitating effective meetings is a crucial skill for anyone who wants to engage in dialogue and promote productive discussions. Meetings provide a platform for individuals to come together, share ideas, and make decisions collectively. However, without proper facilitation, meetings can easily become unproductive and fail to achieve their intended goals. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques for facilitating effective meetings that encourage dialogue and maximize participation. Setting the stage. Before the meeting even begins, it is essential to set the stage for effective dialogue. This involves careful planning and preparation to ensure that the meeting runs smoothly and achieves its objectives. Here are some key steps to consider. Define the purpose and objectives. Clearly articulate the purpose of the meeting and the specific objectives you hope to achieve. This will help guide the discussion and keep participants focused. Create an agenda. Develop a detailed agenda that outlines the topics to be discussed, the time allocated for each item, and any materials or resources needed. Share the agenda with participants in advance so they can come prepared. Invite the right people. Identify the key stakeholders and individuals who can contribute meaningfully to the discussion. Ensure that the invitees have the necessary knowledge and expertise to address the meeting's objectives. Choose an appropriate venue. Select a venue that is conducive to open dialogue and collaboration. Consider factors such as seating arrangements, lighting, and acoustics to create a comfortable and engaging environment. Establishing ground rules. To facilitate effective dialogue during meetings, it is important to establish ground rules that promote respectful and inclusive communication. Ground rules provide a framework for participants to engage in constructive discussions and ensure that everyone's voice is heard. Here are some common ground rules to consider. Active listening. Encourage participants to actively listen to one another without interrupting or judging. This helps create an atmosphere of respect and understanding. One person speaks at a time. Ensure that only one person speaks at a time to avoid confusion and allow for focused discussions. Use techniques such as raising hands or passing a speaking object to maintain order. Respectful language and behavior. Emphasize the importance of using respectful language and behavior towards others. Discourage personal attacks or derogatory remarks that can hinder productive dialogue. Confidentiality. Establish a safe space where participants feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas. Emphasize the importance of maintaining confidentiality and not sharing sensitive information outside the meeting. Facilitation techniques. As the meeting facilitator, your role is to guide the discussion, encourage participation, and ensure that the meeting stays on track. Here are some facilitation techniques to help you achieve these goals. Active listening. Demonstrate active listening skills by maintaining eye contact, nodding, and paraphrasing participants' comments. This shows that you value their input and encourages others to actively listen as well. Encourage equal participation. Create opportunities for all participants to contribute by asking open-ended questions and inviting quieter individuals to share their thoughts. Be mindful of dominant voices and ensure that everyone has a chance to speak. Manage time effectively. Keep track of time and ensure that each agenda item is discussed within the allocated time frame. If a discussion is taking longer than expected, suggest moving on or scheduling a separate meeting to address the topic in more detail. Summarize and clarify. Regularly summarize key points and decisions made during the meeting to ensure everyone is on the same page. Clarify any misunderstandings or ambiguities to avoid confusion. Dealing with challenges. Facilitating meetings can sometimes be challenging, especially when conflicts arise or discussions become heated. Here are some strategies for dealing with common challenges. Addressing conflicts. If conflicts arise, acknowledge them and encourage respectful dialogue. Use conflict resolution techniques, such as active listening, reframing, and finding common ground, to help participants work through their differences. Managing dominant individuals. If one or more participants dominate the discussion, gently redirect the conversation to involve others. Use techniques like asking for input from quieter individuals or summarizing the dominant person's points and inviting others to respond. Handling tangents and distractions. If the discussion veers off topic or distractions arise, gently steer the conversation back to the agenda. Politely acknowledge the tangent or distraction and refocus the group on the intended objectives. Encouraging diverse perspectives. Actively seek out diverse perspectives and encourage participants to consider alternative viewpoints. This can help foster creativity and innovation within the group. Wrapping up. Facilitating effective meetings is a skill that requires careful planning, active listening, and the ability to manage group dynamics. By setting the stage, establishing ground rules, using facilitation techniques, and addressing challenges, you can create an environment that promotes dialogue and maximizes participation. Remember, effective meetings are not just about achieving outcomes, they are also about building relationships, fostering collaboration, and creating a sense of ownership among participants. 9. Empathy and perspective taking. 9.1 Understanding empathy. Empathy is a fundamental aspect of engaging in dialogue. It is the ability to understand and share the feelings, thoughts, and experiences of another person. When we practice empathy, we are able to connect with others on a deeper level, fostering understanding, trust, and open communication. In this section, we will explore the concept of empathy, its importance in dialogue, and how to develop empathy skills. The importance of empathy in dialogue. Empathy plays a crucial role in effective dialogue because it allows us to truly listen and understand others. When we empathize with someone, we put ourselves in their shoes, acknowledging their emotions and perspectives without judgment. This creates a safe and supportive environment for open and honest communication. By practicing empathy, we can build trust. When we show empathy, we demonstrate that we genuinely care about the other person's feelings and experiences. This helps to establish trust, which is essential for meaningful dialogue. Enhance understanding. Empathy allows us to gain a deeper understanding of others' perspectives, beliefs, and values. It helps us see beyond our own biases and assumptions, enabling us to appreciate different viewpoints. Strengthen relationships. Empathy fosters connection and strengthens relationships. When we empathize with others, they feel heard, validated, and understood. This creates a sense of closeness and mutual respect. Resolve conflicts. Empathy is a powerful tool in conflict resolution. By understanding and acknowledging the emotions and concerns of all parties involved, we can find common ground and work towards a mutually beneficial solution. Developing empathy skills. While some people may naturally possess a higher level of empathy, it is a skill that can be developed and improved with practice. Here are some strategies to enhance your empathy skills. Active listening. Engage in active listening by giving your full attention to the speaker. Focus on understanding their words, emotions, and nonverbal cues. Avoid interrupting or formulating responses in your mind while they are speaking. Put yourself in their shoes. Try to imagine yourself in the other person's situation. Consider how you would feel and react if you were facing the same circumstances. This exercise helps you gain perspective and empathy. Practice non-judgment. Avoid making assumptions or passing judgment on others. Recognize that everyone has their own unique experiences and perspectives that shape their actions and beliefs. Be open-minded and accepting of different viewpoints. Validate emotions. Show understanding and validation for the other person's emotions. Acknowledge their feelings without dismissing or minimizing them. Use phrases like, "I can understand why you feel that way," or, "It must be challenging for you." Ask open-ended questions. Encourage the other person to share more about their experiences and emotions by asking open-ended questions. These questions cannot be answered with a simple, yes, or, no, and allow for a more in-depth conversation. Practice self-reflection. Take the time to reflect on your own emotions, biases, and reactions. Understand how your own experiences and beliefs may influence your understanding of others. This self-awareness helps you approach dialogue with empathy and humility. Seek diverse perspectives. Expose yourself to a variety of perspectives and experiences. Engage in conversations with people from different backgrounds, cultures, and beliefs. This exposure broadens your understanding and empathy towards others. Practice empathy in everyday interactions. Look for opportunities to practice empathy in your daily life. This can be as simple as listening attentively to a friend, offering support to a colleague, or showing kindness to a stranger. Small acts of empathy can have a significant impact. Remember, developing empathy is an ongoing process that requires patience and practice. It is a skill that can be honed over time, leading to more meaningful and effective dialogue. In the next section, we will explore the concept of seeing different perspectives and how it contributes to engaging in dialogue. 9.2 Developing empathy skills. Empathy is a crucial skill in engaging in meaningful dialogue. It allows us to understand and share the feelings and perspectives of others, fostering a deeper connection and promoting effective communication. Developing empathy skills is essential for building strong relationships, resolving conflicts, and creating a safe and inclusive environment for dialogue. Understanding empathy. Before we delve into developing empathy skills, it is important to have a clear understanding of what empathy entails. Empathy is the ability to put ourselves in someone else's shoes, to understand their emotions, thoughts, and experiences. It goes beyond sympathy, which is merely feeling sorry for someone. Empathy requires active engagement and a genuine desire to understand and connect with others. Cultivating self-awareness. Developing empathy skills starts with cultivating self-awareness. It is important to recognize and understand our own emotions, biases, and perspectives before attempting to understand others. Self-awareness allows us to approach dialogue with an open mind and without judgment. By acknowledging our own emotions and biases, we can better empathize with others and create a safe space for dialogue. Practicing active listening. Active listening is a fundamental aspect of empathy. It involves fully focusing on the speaker, paying attention to both verbal and nonverbal cues, and demonstrating genuine interest in what they have to say. To develop empathy skills, practice active listening by giving your full attention, put away distractions, maintain eye contact, and show that you are fully present in the conversation. Avoiding interruptions. Allow the speaker to express themselves fully without interrupting or interjecting your own thoughts. Reflecting and paraphrasing. Summarize and repeat back what the speaker has said to ensure understanding and show that you are actively engaged in the conversation. Asking open-ended questions. Encourage the speaker to share more by asking questions that require more than a simple yes or no answer. Validating emotions. Acknowledge and validate the speaker's emotions, even if you may not fully understand or agree with them. Practicing perspective taking. Perspective taking is another crucial aspect of empathy. It involves stepping into someone else's shoes and trying to understand their thoughts, feelings, and experiences from their point of view. To develop perspective taking skills, consider the following. Put aside your own biases. Recognize and set aside your own preconceived notions and biases to truly understand the other person's perspective. Imagine their experiences. Try to imagine what it would be like to walk in their shoes. Consider their background, experiences, and beliefs that may shape their perspective. Practice active imagination. Engage your imagination to visualize the situation from their point of view. This can help you gain a deeper understanding of their emotions and reactions. Seek clarification. If you are unsure about something, ask the person to clarify their thoughts or feelings. This shows that you are genuinely interested in understanding their perspective. Developing emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is closely tied to empathy. It involves recognizing and understanding emotions, both in ourselves and in others. By developing emotional intelligence, we can better empathize with others and respond appropriately in dialogue. To enhance emotional intelligence. Identify and label emotions. Pay attention to your own emotions and learn to identify and label them accurately. This will help you better understand and empathize with the emotions of others. Practice emotional regulation. Learn to manage and regulate your own emotions, especially in challenging or conflictual situations. This will enable you to respond empathetically rather than react impulsively. Show empathy through body language. Use nonverbal cues such as facial expressions, body posture, and gestures to convey empathy and understanding. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. By cultivating self-compassion, you can extend the same empathy and compassion to others. Building empathy through experiences. Developing empathy skills can also be enhanced through real-life experiences and exposure to diverse perspectives. Consider the following strategies. Engage in diverse communities. Interact with people from different backgrounds, cultures, and experiences. This exposure will broaden your understanding and empathy towards others. Read diverse literature. Explore books, articles, and stories that highlight different perspectives and experiences. This can help you develop a deeper understanding of diverse viewpoints. Volunteer and engage in service activities. Get involved in community service or volunteer work that exposes you to different social issues and allows you to interact with individuals from diverse backgrounds. Practice empathy in everyday interactions. Extend empathy and understanding in your daily interactions with friends, family, colleagues, and even strangers. Small acts of kindness and compassion can go a long way in developing empathy skills. Conclusion. Developing empathy skills is essential for engaging in meaningful dialogue. By cultivating self-awareness, practicing active listening, perspective taking, and emotional intelligence, we can foster empathy and create a safe and inclusive environment for dialogue. Remember, empathy is a skill that can be developed and strengthened with practice and experience. By actively working on empathy, we can enhance our ability to connect with others, understand their perspectives, and engage in dialogue that promotes understanding and growth. 9.3 Seeing different perspectives. In order to engage in meaningful dialogue, it is essential to be able to see different perspectives. Seeing different perspectives allows us to understand and appreciate the diverse range of opinions, beliefs, and experiences that exist in the world. It helps us to broaden our own understanding, challenge our assumptions, and foster empathy and understanding in our interactions with others. The importance of seeing different perspectives. Seeing different perspectives is crucial for effective communication and building strong relationships. When we only see things from our own point of view, we limit our understanding and hinder our ability to connect with others. By actively seeking out and considering different perspectives, we open ourselves up to new ideas, insights, and possibilities. Seeing different perspectives also promotes empathy and understanding. It allows us to put ourselves in someone else's shoes and gain a deeper understanding of their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. This empathy helps to build trust, strengthen relationships, and foster a sense of inclusivity and respect. Developing the skill of seeing different perspectives. Developing the skill of seeing different perspectives requires a conscious effort and a willingness to challenge our own biases and preconceived notions. Here are some strategies to help you develop this important skill. Practice active listening. Actively listen to others without interrupting or judging. Pay attention to their words, tone, and body language. Try to understand their point of view without immediately formulating a response. Seek out diverse viewpoints. Surround yourself with people who have different backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences. Engage in conversations with individuals who hold different opinions and perspectives. This exposure to diverse viewpoints will broaden your understanding and challenge your own assumptions. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage others to share their perspectives by asking open-ended questions. These questions invite deeper reflection and encourage individuals to express their thoughts and feelings more fully. Practice empathy. Put yourself in someone else's shoes and try to understand their experiences and emotions. Imagine how you would feel if you were in their situation. This exercise in empathy helps to foster understanding and compassion. Challenge your own biases. Be aware of your own biases and actively challenge them. Recognize that your perspective is not the only valid one and be open to the possibility that others may have valid points of view as well. Read and educate yourself. Expand your knowledge and understanding by reading books, articles, and other resources that present different perspectives. Seek out diverse sources of information to gain a more comprehensive understanding of various issues. Practice mindfulness. Cultivate a sense of mindfulness and self-awareness. Pay attention to your own thoughts, emotions, and reactions during conversations. Notice any biases or assumptions that may arise and consciously choose to set them aside in order to better understand others. Benefits of seeing different perspectives. Seeing different perspectives offers numerous benefits in both personal and professional settings. Some of the key benefits include enhanced problem solving. When we consider different perspectives, we are able to identify a wider range of potential solutions to problems. This leads to more creative and effective problem solving. Improved communication. Seeing different perspectives helps to improve communication by fostering understanding and empathy. It reduces misunderstandings and promotes clearer and more effective communication. Increased empathy and understanding. By seeing different perspectives, we develop a greater sense of empathy and understanding towards others. This strengthens relationships and promotes a more inclusive and harmonious environment. Enhanced critical thinking. Seeing different perspectives encourages critical thinking by challenging our own assumptions and biases. It helps us to evaluate information more objectively and make more informed decisions. Cultivation of respect and tolerance. Seeing different perspectives promotes respect and tolerance for diverse opinions and beliefs. It helps to create a more inclusive and accepting society where individuals feel valued and heard. Conclusion. Seeing different perspectives is a vital skill for engaging in meaningful dialogue. It allows us to broaden our understanding, challenge our assumptions, and foster empathy and understanding in our interactions with others. By actively seeking out and considering different perspectives, we can enhance our communication skills, build stronger relationships, and contribute to a more inclusive and harmonious society. 9.4 Empathy in conflict resolution. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction. Whether it occurs in personal relationships, professional settings, or even within ourselves, conflict can be challenging and emotionally charged. However, by incorporating empathy into the process of conflict resolution, we can foster understanding, build bridges, and find mutually beneficial solutions. The role of empathy in conflict resolution. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It involves putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and seeing the situation from their perspective. When it comes to conflict resolution, empathy plays a crucial role in several ways. Creating a safe space. By demonstrating empathy, we create a safe and non-judgmental environment where individuals feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and emotions. This safe space encourages open and honest communication, which is essential for resolving conflicts effectively. Building trust. Empathy helps to build trust between conflicting parties. When individuals feel understood and validated, they are more likely to trust the intentions and actions of others. Trust is a vital component of conflict resolution, as it allows for open dialogue and the exploration of potential solutions. Promoting understanding. Conflict often arises from a lack of understanding or miscommunication. By practicing empathy, we can gain a deeper understanding of the underlying needs, desires, and fears of all parties involved. This understanding enables us to find common ground and identify mutually beneficial solutions. Reducing defensiveness. Conflict can trigger defensiveness and a desire to protect oneself. However, when we approach conflict resolution with empathy, we can help reduce defensiveness by showing that we genuinely care about the other person's perspective. This can lead to a more open and collaborative dialogue, where both parties feel heard and valued. Cultivating empathy in conflict resolution. While some individuals may naturally possess a higher level of empathy, it is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. Here are some strategies to cultivate empathy in the context of conflict resolution. Active listening. Active listening is a fundamental aspect of empathy. It involves fully focusing on the speaker, maintaining eye contact, and giving them your undivided attention. By actively listening, you can better understand the emotions and concerns underlying the conflict. Reflective listening. Reflective listening involves paraphrasing and summarizing the speaker's words to ensure accurate understanding. This technique not only demonstrates that you are actively engaged in the conversation but also allows the speaker to clarify any misunderstandings. Reflective listening shows that you value the other person's perspective and are committed to understanding their point of view. Validating emotions. Validating someone's emotions means acknowledging and accepting their feelings as legitimate, even if you may not agree with their perspective. Validating emotions helps to create a sense of empathy and understanding, as it shows that you recognize and respect the other person's emotional experience. Asking open-ended questions. Open-ended questions encourage the speaker to share more information and provide deeper insights into their thoughts and feelings. By asking open-ended questions, you can gain a better understanding of the underlying issues and concerns, fostering empathy and facilitating a more productive dialogue. Practicing perspective taking. Perspective taking involves mentally stepping into the shoes of the other person and imagining how they might be feeling or thinking. This exercise helps to broaden your perspective and develop a deeper sense of empathy. By considering alternative viewpoints, you can better understand the motivations and needs of all parties involved in the conflict. Avoiding assumptions and judgments. Assumptions and judgments can hinder empathy and prevent effective conflict resolution. It is essential to approach conflicts with an open mind and suspend any preconceived notions or biases. By avoiding assumptions and judgments, you create space for genuine understanding and empathy to flourish. Expressing empathy. Finally, it is crucial to express empathy explicitly. Let the other person know that you understand and appreciate their perspective. Use phrases such as, "I can see why you feel that way," or, "I understand how important this is to you." Expressing empathy helps to validate the other person's emotions and fosters a sense of connection and understanding. Applying empathy in conflict resolution. Once you have cultivated empathy, it is essential to apply it effectively in the process of conflict resolution. Here are some practical steps to incorporate empathy into your conflict resolution efforts. Create a safe and respectful environment. Set the tone for the conflict resolution process by creating a safe and respectful environment. Ensure that all parties feel heard, valued, and free from judgment. This safe space encourages open and honest communication, allowing for a more empathetic and productive dialogue. Listen actively and reflectively. Practice active listening and reflective listening techniques to demonstrate empathy. Give each person involved in the conflict an opportunity to express their thoughts and emotions fully. Reflect back their words to ensure accurate understanding and show that you genuinely care about their perspective. Validate emotions. Validate the emotions expressed by all parties involved in the conflict. Acknowledge and accept their feelings as legitimate, even if you may not agree with their perspective. Validating emotions helps to foster empathy and create a sense of understanding and connection. Seek common ground. Look for areas of agreement and shared interests among conflicting parties. By identifying common ground, you can build upon shared values and goals, fostering empathy and collaboration. Seeking common ground helps to shift the focus from differences to areas of potential agreement. Brainstorm solutions. Engage in a collaborative brainstorming process to generate potential solutions to the conflict. Encourage all parties to contribute their ideas and perspectives. By involving everyone in the problem-solving process, you demonstrate empathy and create a sense of ownership and investment in finding a resolution. Evaluate and choose solutions. Evaluate the potential solutions generated during the brainstorming process and choose the most suitable option. Consider the needs and interests of all parties involved, and strive for a solution that is mutually beneficial. The chosen solution should reflect the empathy and understanding cultivated throughout the conflict resolution process. Follow up and reassess. After implementing the chosen solution, follow up with all parties involved to assess its effectiveness. Check in regularly to ensure that the resolution is meeting everyone's needs and expectations. If necessary, be open to revisiting the solution and making adjustments to address any remaining concerns or conflicts. By incorporating empathy into the process of conflict resolution, we can transform conflicts into opportunities for growth, understanding, and connection. Empathy allows us to bridge the gap between differing perspectives, find common ground, and build stronger relationships. Through empathy, we can navigate conflicts with compassion and create win-win outcomes for all parties involved. 10. Resolving misunderstandings. 10.1 Identifying misunderstandings. Misunderstandings are a common occurrence in any form of communication, including dialogue. They can arise due to various factors such as differences in language, cultural backgrounds, personal experiences, or simply misinterpretation of words or actions. Identifying misunderstandings is an essential skill in engaging in effective dialogue, as it allows us to address and resolve them promptly. In this section, we will explore strategies for identifying misunderstandings and promoting clearer communication. Active listening. One of the key elements in identifying misunderstandings is active listening. Active listening involves not only hearing the words being spoken but also paying attention to the speaker's tone, body language, and emotions. By actively listening, we can pick up on subtle cues that may indicate a potential misunderstanding. To engage in active listening, it is important to focus on the speaker and avoid distractions. Maintain eye contact, nod or provide verbal cues to show that you are attentive. Additionally, refrain from interrupting or formulating responses in your mind while the speaker is talking. Instead, give them your full attention and allow them to express their thoughts and feelings fully. Asking clarifying questions. When you sense a potential misunderstanding, it is crucial to ask clarifying questions to gain a better understanding of the speaker's intended message. Clarifying questions help to fill in any gaps in your understanding and provide an opportunity for the speaker to elaborate or rephrase their thoughts. When asking clarifying questions, it is important to use open-ended questions that encourage the speaker to provide more detailed information. For example, instead of asking a closed-ended question like, "Did you mean X?" you can ask, "Can you explain more about your perspective on X?" This allows the speaker to provide a more comprehensive response and helps to uncover any potential misunderstandings. Reflecting and paraphrasing. Reflecting and paraphrasing are effective techniques for identifying misunderstandings and ensuring that you have correctly understood the speaker's message. Reflecting involves summarizing the speaker's main points and reflecting them back to them. This not only demonstrates that you have been actively listening but also gives the speaker an opportunity to confirm or correct any misinterpretations. Paraphrasing, on the other hand, involves restating the speaker's message in your own words. This technique allows you to reframe the information and present it back to the speaker for confirmation. For example, you can say, "So, if I understand correctly, you are saying that." This gives the speaker a chance to clarify any misconceptions and ensures that both parties are on the same page. Nonverbal cues. Nonverbal cues play a significant role in identifying misunderstandings. Paying attention to the speaker's body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice can provide valuable insights into their emotions and intentions. For example, if a speaker appears frustrated or agitated, it may indicate that there is a misunderstanding or disagreement. Similarly, your own nonverbal cues can also impact the dialogue. Ensure that your body language is open and welcoming, and that your facial expressions convey interest and understanding. By being aware of nonverbal cues, you can better gauge the speaker's emotions and adjust your communication accordingly. Seeking feedback. Another effective way to identify misunderstandings is by seeking feedback from the speaker. After they have expressed their thoughts or shared information, you can ask them if they feel understood or if there is anything else they would like to add. This gives the speaker an opportunity to clarify any points that may have been misunderstood or overlooked. Seeking feedback also demonstrates your commitment to clear communication and shows that you value the speaker's perspective. It encourages open dialogue and allows for any necessary adjustments to be made to ensure mutual understanding. Cultural sensitivity. Cultural differences can often lead to misunderstandings in dialogue. It is important to be culturally sensitive and aware of potential differences in communication styles, norms, and values. Take the time to educate yourself about different cultures and their communication preferences to avoid unintentional misunderstandings. When engaging in dialogue with individuals from different cultural backgrounds, be mindful of your language, tone, and nonverbal cues. Avoid making assumptions or generalizations based on stereotypes. Instead, approach the conversation with an open mind and a willingness to learn and understand. Conclusion. Identifying misunderstandings is a crucial step in engaging in effective dialogue. By actively listening, asking clarifying questions, reflecting and paraphrasing, paying attention to nonverbal cues, seeking feedback, and being culturally sensitive, we can minimize misunderstandings and promote clearer communication. Remember that misunderstandings are a natural part of communication, and it is through open and respectful dialogue that we can address and resolve them effectively. 10.2 Clarifying communication. Clear and effective communication is essential for engaging in meaningful dialogue. However, misunderstandings can often occur, leading to confusion and misinterpretation of messages. In order to overcome these challenges and foster productive dialogue, it is important to focus on clarifying communication. This section will explore various strategies and techniques that can help individuals clarify their communication and ensure that their intended message is accurately understood. Active listening. Active listening plays a crucial role in clarifying communication. When engaged in dialogue, it is important to give your full attention to the speaker and actively listen to their words, tone, and nonverbal cues. By doing so, you can better understand their message and respond appropriately. Here are some techniques to enhance active listening. Paraphrasing. After the speaker has finished expressing their thoughts, paraphrase their message in your own words to confirm your understanding. This not only helps clarify any potential misunderstandings but also shows the speaker that you are actively engaged in the conversation. Reflecting feelings. Pay attention to the speaker's emotions and reflect them back to ensure that you understand their perspective. For example, you can say, "It sounds like you're feeling frustrated about the situation. Is that correct?" This demonstrates empathy and encourages the speaker to further elaborate on their feelings. Asking clarifying questions. If something is unclear or you need further information, don't hesitate to ask the speaker for clarification. Open-ended questions such as, "Can you provide more details about that?" Or, "Could you explain what you mean by that?" can help fill in any gaps in your understanding. Nonverbal communication. Nonverbal cues can often convey more meaning than words alone. When engaging in dialogue, it is important to pay attention to both your own nonverbal signals and those of the other person. Here are some tips for clarifying communication through nonverbal cues. Maintain eye contact. Sustaining eye contact with the speaker shows that you are actively engaged and interested in what they have to say. It also helps you pick up on nonverbal cues such as facial expressions and body language, which can provide additional context to their message. Use facial expressions. Your own facial expressions can convey understanding and empathy. Nodding your head, smiling, or raising your eyebrows can indicate that you are actively listening and comprehending the speaker's message. Pay attention to body language. Observe a speaker's body language for clues about their emotions and level of comfort. For example, crossed arms may indicate defensiveness, while open and relaxed posture suggests receptiveness. Clarifying techniques. In addition to active listening and nonverbal communication, there are several techniques that can be employed to clarify communication during dialogue. These techniques help ensure that both parties have a clear understanding of the message being conveyed. Here are some effective strategies. Summarizing. Periodically summarize the main points of the conversation to ensure that you and the speaker are on the same page. This allows for any misunderstandings to be addressed and corrected before they escalate. Repeating. If a particular point or statement is unclear, repeat it back to the speaker in your own words. This not only helps you clarify your understanding but also gives the speaker an opportunity to correct any misconceptions. Using visual aids. In situations where complex information is being discussed, visual aids such as diagrams, charts, or graphs can help clarify concepts and ensure that both parties have a shared understanding. Avoiding assumptions. Assumptions can lead to misunderstandings and miscommunication. Instead, ask for clarification and avoid making assumptions about the speaker's intentions or meaning. Seeking feedback. Throughout the dialogue, periodically check in with the speaker to ensure that your understanding aligns with their intended message. This can be done by asking questions such as, "Am I understanding you correctly?" Or, "Is there anything else you would like to add?" By actively employing these strategies and techniques, individuals can enhance their ability to clarify communication during dialogue. This not only helps prevent misunderstandings but also fosters a more open and productive exchange of ideas. Remember, effective dialogue requires both speaking and listening, and clarifying communication is a vital component of this process. 10.3 Apologizing and forgiving. Apologizing and forgiving are essential components of effective dialogue. In any conversation, misunderstandings and conflicts can arise, leading to hurt feelings and damaged relationships. However, by learning how to apologize sincerely and forgive genuinely, we can repair the damage and restore trust and harmony in our interactions. The power of apologizing. Apologizing is not a sign of weakness, rather, it demonstrates strength, humility, and a willingness to take responsibility for our actions or words. When we apologize, we acknowledge the impact of our behavior on others and express genuine remorse. Here are some key elements of a sincere apology. Acknowledge the offense. Begin by clearly stating what you did or said that caused harm or hurt. Take ownership of your actions and avoid making excuses or shifting blame onto others. Express remorse. Show genuine regret for your behavior and the impact it had on the other person. Use empathetic language to convey your understanding of their feelings and the pain you caused. Offer a genuine apology. Use the words, "I am sorry," to explicitly express your remorse. Avoid using conditional language or making half-hearted apologies that diminish the significance of your actions. Make amends. If possible, offer to make things right or take steps to rectify the situation. This may involve correcting any mistakes, compensating for any losses, or committing to change your behavior in the future. Learn from the experience. Reflect on the situation and identify what led to your actions or words. Use this as an opportunity for personal growth and commit to learning from your mistakes to prevent similar situations in the future. Remember, a sincere apology requires humility, vulnerability, and a genuine desire to repair the relationship. It is important to approach the apology with an open heart and a willingness to listen to the other person's perspective. The art of forgiving. Forgiving is a powerful act of compassion and understanding. It allows us to let go of resentment, anger, and hurt, and move forward in our relationships. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or condoning the actions that caused harm. Rather, it is a conscious decision to release negative emotions and give ourselves and others a chance to heal. Here are some key aspects of genuine forgiveness. Acknowledge your emotions. Before forgiveness can occur, it is important to acknowledge and process your emotions. Allow yourself to feel the pain, anger, or disappointment caused by the offense. This step is crucial for understanding the impact of the situation on your well-being. Practice empathy. Try to understand the other person's perspective and the factors that may have contributed to their actions. This does not excuse their behavior, but it helps cultivate empathy and compassion, which are essential for forgiveness. Let go of resentment. Holding on to resentment only prolongs the pain and hinders the healing process. Make a conscious decision to release negative emotions and free yourself from the burden of anger and bitterness. This may involve reframing the situation, seeking support from others, or engaging in self-care activities. Communicate your forgiveness. If you feel comfortable, communicate your forgiveness to the other person. This can be done through a conversation, a letter, or any other means of communication. Express your willingness to move forward and rebuild trust. Set boundaries. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or allowing the same behavior to occur repeatedly. It is important to establish healthy boundaries and communicate your expectations for the future. This ensures that both parties understand the importance of maintaining a respectful and harmonious relationship. Forgiveness is a personal journey, and it may take time to fully heal and rebuild trust. It is essential to be patient with yourself and others throughout this process. Remember that forgiveness is not always easy, but it is a powerful tool for personal growth and the restoration of relationships. The role of dialogue in apologizing and forgiving. Engaging in dialogue is crucial when it comes to apologizing and forgiving. Through open and honest communication, both parties can express their feelings, clarify misunderstandings, and work towards resolution. Here are some ways dialogue can facilitate the process of apologizing and forgiving. Active listening. When engaging in dialogue, practice active listening to fully understand the other person's perspective. This involves giving them your full attention, maintaining eye contact, and avoiding interrupting or formulating responses while they are speaking. Active listening shows respect and validates the other person's feelings. Empathy and understanding. Dialogue allows for the expression of empathy and understanding. By actively listening and acknowledging the impact of your actions, you can demonstrate genuine empathy towards the other person's feelings. Similarly, through dialogue, the other person can express their understanding of your apology and their willingness to forgive. Clarification and resolution. Dialogue provides an opportunity to clarify any misunderstandings or misinterpretations that may have contributed to the offense. Through open and honest communication, both parties can gain a clearer understanding of each other's perspectives and work towards resolution. Rebuilding trust. Trust is a crucial component of any relationship, and dialogue plays a vital role in rebuilding it. Through ongoing dialogue, both parties can address any lingering concerns, establish new expectations, and work towards rebuilding trust and strengthening the relationship. Remember, engaging in dialogue requires patience, respect, and a genuine commitment to understanding and resolving the issue at hand. By embracing the power of dialogue, we can navigate the complexities of apologizing and forgiving, leading to stronger and more meaningful relationships. 10.4 Rebuilding trust. Trust is a fundamental aspect of any relationship, whether it is personal or professional. When trust is broken, it can be challenging to rebuild, but it is not impossible. Rebuilding trust requires open and honest communication, consistency, and a willingness to repair the damage that has been done. In this section, we will explore strategies for rebuilding trust in the aftermath of a misunderstanding or conflict. Acknowledge the breach of trust. The first step in rebuilding trust is to acknowledge the breach that has occurred. It is essential to take responsibility for your actions or words that may have caused the trust to be broken. By acknowledging the breach, you are demonstrating your willingness to address the issue and work towards a resolution. Apologize sincerely. A sincere apology is a crucial component of rebuilding trust. When apologizing, it is important to be genuine and specific about what you are sorry for. Avoid making excuses or shifting blame onto others. Instead, take ownership of your actions and express remorse for the impact they had on the other person. Demonstrate consistency. Consistency is key when it comes to rebuilding trust. It is essential to follow through on your commitments and promises. By consistently demonstrating reliability and accountability, you can begin to rebuild trust over time. This means being consistent in both your words and actions. Communicate openly and honestly. Open and honest communication is vital in rebuilding trust. It is important to be transparent about your thoughts, feelings, and intentions. By sharing openly, you can create an environment of trust and understanding. Encourage the other person to express their concerns and feelings as well, and be receptive to their feedback. Be patient. Rebuilding trust takes time, and it is important to be patient throughout the process. Understand that the other person may need time to heal and regain confidence in the relationship. Avoid rushing the process or expecting immediate results. Instead, focus on consistently demonstrating trustworthiness and understanding. Practice active listening. Active listening is a powerful tool in rebuilding trust. By actively listening to the other person's concerns, you can show that you value their perspective and are committed to understanding their point of view. Practice empathy and validate their feelings, even if you may not agree with them. This can help create a safe space for open and honest dialogue. Set boundaries and expectations. When rebuilding trust, it is important to establish clear boundaries and expectations moving forward. This can help prevent future misunderstandings and provide a sense of security for both parties. Discuss and agree upon what is acceptable behavior and what is not. By setting boundaries, you can rebuild trust on a foundation of mutual understanding and respect. Seek professional help if needed. In some cases, rebuilding trust may require the assistance of a professional, such as a therapist or mediator. These professionals can provide guidance and support in navigating the complexities of rebuilding trust. They can help facilitate open and honest communication and provide strategies for moving forward. Learn from the experience. Rebuilding trust is not just about repairing the damage, it is also an opportunity for personal growth and learning. Reflect on the experience and identify what you can learn from it. Consider how you can prevent similar situations in the future and develop strategies for better communication and conflict resolution. Give it time. Rebuilding trust is a process that cannot be rushed. It takes time for wounds to heal and for trust to be rebuilt. Be patient and understanding, and allow the other person to rebuild their trust in their own time. Focus on consistently demonstrating trustworthiness and understanding, and let the healing process unfold naturally. In conclusion, rebuilding trust requires effort, patience, and open communication. By acknowledging the breach of trust, apologizing sincerely, and demonstrating consistency, you can begin to rebuild trust in a relationship. Practice active listening, set boundaries and expectations, and seek professional help if needed. Remember that rebuilding trust takes time, and be open to learning and growing from the experience. With dedication and commitment, trust can be rebuilt, and relationships can be strengthened. 11. Dialogue in professional settings. 11.1 Effective communication at work. Effective communication is crucial in any professional setting. It is the foundation for building strong relationships, fostering collaboration, and achieving organizational goals. Engaging in dialogue at work is an essential skill that can help individuals and teams thrive. In this section, we will explore the key elements of effective communication at work and provide practical tips for engaging in meaningful dialogue. The importance of effective communication. Effective communication is vital in the workplace for several reasons. It promotes understanding, clarity, and transparency among team members. When communication is clear and concise, it minimizes misunderstandings and reduces the chances of errors or conflicts. It also enhances productivity and efficiency by ensuring that everyone is on the same page and working towards common objectives. Furthermore, effective communication fosters a positive work environment. It encourages open and honest conversations, which can lead to increased trust, respect, and collaboration among colleagues. When employees feel heard and valued, they are more likely to be engaged and motivated in their work. Active listening. One of the fundamental aspects of engaging in dialogue is active listening. Active listening involves fully focusing on and understanding the speaker's message. It requires giving your undivided attention, being present in the moment, and avoiding distractions. Here are some tips for practicing active listening at work. Be attentive, maintain eye contact, nod your head, and use appropriate facial expressions to show that you are actively listening. Avoid interrupting or multitasking while someone is speaking. Ask clarifying questions. If you are unsure about something, ask open-ended questions to seek clarification. This demonstrates your interest in understanding the speaker's perspective and helps avoid misunderstandings. Paraphrase and summarize. Repeat or rephrase the speaker's main points to ensure that you have understood correctly. Summarizing the key ideas also helps consolidate the information and shows that you are actively engaged in the conversation. Avoid judgment. Suspend judgment and refrain from making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. Listen with an open mind and be receptive to different viewpoints. Clear and concise communication. In addition to active listening, clear and concise communication is essential for effective dialogue at work. Here are some strategies to enhance your communication skills. Use simple language. Avoid jargon or technical terms that may confuse others. Use clear and straightforward language to convey your message. Be mindful of nonverbal cues. Pay attention to your body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. Nonverbal cues can significantly impact how your message is received and understood by others. Be organized and structured. Present your ideas in a logical and organized manner. Use headings, bullet points, or visual aids to make your communication more structured and easy to follow. Be mindful of timing. Consider the appropriate timing for your communication. Avoid discussing sensitive or complex topics when others are busy or distracted. Respectful and constructive feedback. Providing and receiving feedback is an integral part of effective communication in the workplace. Constructive feedback helps individuals grow, improve their performance, and contribute to the overall success of the organization. Here are some guidelines for giving and receiving feedback. Be specific and objective. When giving feedback, be specific about the behavior or situation you are addressing. Focus on observable facts rather than personal opinions. This helps the recipient understand the feedback and take appropriate action. Use the sandwich approach. Start with positive feedback or acknowledgement of the person's strengths. Then, provide constructive criticism or areas for improvement. Finally, end with positive reinforcement or encouragement. Be receptive to feedback. When receiving feedback, listen attentively and avoid becoming defensive. Instead, view feedback as an opportunity for growth and learning. Ask clarifying questions to ensure you fully understand the feedback. Follow up and take action. After receiving feedback, take the necessary steps to address the areas for improvement. Communicate your progress to the person who provided the feedback, demonstrating your commitment to growth and development. Effective written communication. Written communication plays a significant role in professional settings, especially in emails, reports, and other forms of documentation. Here are some tips for effective written communication. Be clear and concise. Use short sentences and paragraphs to convey your message. Avoid unnecessary jargon or technical terms. Proofread your writing to eliminate any spelling or grammatical errors. Use appropriate tone. Consider the tone of your message and ensure it aligns with the intended purpose and audience. Be professional, respectful, and courteous in your written communication. Organize your thoughts. Structure your written communication in a logical and coherent manner. Use headings, subheadings, and bullet points to make it easier for the reader to navigate and understand the content. Be mindful of formatting. Pay attention to the formatting of your written communication. Use appropriate font styles, sizes, and formatting tools to enhance readability. Effective meetings. Meetings are a common form of communication in the workplace. However, they can often be unproductive and time-consuming if not managed effectively. Here are some tips for facilitating effective meetings. Set clear objectives. Define the purpose and desired outcomes of the meeting. Communicate these objectives to all participants in advance. Prepare an agenda. Create a structured agenda that outlines the topics to be discussed in the allotted time for each item. Share the agenda with participants before the meeting to allow them to come prepared. Encourage active participation. Create an inclusive environment where everyone feels comfortable contributing. Encourage open dialogue. Ask for input from all participants, and ensure that everyone has an opportunity to speak. Manage time effectively. Stick to the agenda and manage the time allocated for each item. Avoid going off topic or allowing discussions to drag on. If necessary, table unrelated issues for a separate discussion. By implementing these strategies for effective communication at work, you can enhance your ability to engage in meaningful dialogue, build strong relationships, and contribute to a positive and productive work environment. Remember, effective communication is a continuous process that requires practice, patience, and a willingness to learn and adapt. 11.2 Collaborative decision-making. Collaborative decision-making is a crucial aspect of effective dialogue in professional settings. It involves a group of individuals coming together to discuss and make decisions collectively, taking into account different perspectives, ideas, and expertise. This section will explore the key principles and strategies for successful collaborative decision-making. Understanding collaborative decision-making. Collaborative decision-making is a process that encourages active participation and involvement from all team members. It recognizes that diverse perspectives and ideas can lead to better outcomes and fosters a sense of ownership and commitment to the decisions made. By involving everyone in the decision-making process, it promotes a culture of inclusivity, trust, and respect within the team or organization. Key principles of collaborative decision-making. To engage in collaborative decision-making effectively, it is essential to adhere to certain principles that create a conducive environment for open and productive dialogue. Here are some key principles to consider. Inclusivity. Ensure that all relevant stakeholders are included in the decision-making process. This includes individuals from different departments, levels of authority, and areas of expertise. By involving a diverse group of people, you can tap into a wide range of perspectives and knowledge. Active listening. Encourage active listening among team members. This means giving full attention to what others are saying, seeking to understand their viewpoints, and suspending judgment. Active listening promotes empathy and helps build trust and rapport within the group. Respect for differences. Foster an environment where diverse opinions and ideas are respected. Encourage team members to express their thoughts freely without fear of judgment or reprisal. Embrace the notion that differences in perspectives can lead to innovative and well-rounded decisions. Shared goals. Ensure that all participants have a clear understanding of the common goals and objectives. This shared vision helps align the decision-making process and keeps everyone focused on the desired outcomes. Transparency. Foster transparency by providing relevant information and data to all participants. Transparent decision-making builds trust and credibility within the group and helps avoid misunderstandings or hidden agendas. Consensus building. Strive for consensus whenever possible. Consensus means reaching a general agreement that everyone can support, even if it may not be the ideal solution for each individual. Consensus building encourages compromise and collaboration, leading to decisions that are more likely to be implemented successfully. Strategies for collaborative decision-making. While the principles mentioned above provide a foundation for collaborative decision-making, it is also important to employ specific strategies to facilitate the process. Here are some strategies to consider. Establish clear roles and responsibilities. Clearly define the roles and responsibilities of each team member in the decision-making process. This ensures that everyone understands their contribution and can actively participate in discussions. Create a structured process. Develop a structured process for decision-making that outlines the steps, timelines, and milestones. This helps keep the discussions focused and ensures that all relevant aspects are considered. Encourage brainstorming. Begin the decision-making process with a brainstorming session to generate a wide range of ideas and possibilities. Encourage participants to think creatively and explore different perspectives. Evaluate options. Once a range of ideas has been generated, evaluate each option based on its feasibility, impact, and alignment with the shared goals. Consider the pros and cons of each option and discuss them openly. Facilitate constructive dialogue. As a facilitator or participant, ensure that the dialogue remains constructive and respectful. Encourage active participation, manage conflicts, and redirect discussions if they veer off track. Use decision-making tools. Utilize decision-making tools such as SWOT analysis, cost-benefit analysis, or decision matrices to evaluate options objectively. These tools provide a structured framework for assessing alternatives and making informed decisions. Document decisions. Keep a record of the decisions made, including the rationale behind them and any action steps required. This documentation serves as a reference point and helps maintain accountability. Follow up and review. After decisions have been made, establish a process for follow-up and review. Regularly assess the outcomes and adjust the decisions if necessary. This iterative approach allows for continuous improvement and learning. Benefits of collaborative decision-making. Engaging in collaborative decision-making offers numerous benefits for individuals, teams, and organizations. Some of the key benefits include enhanced creativity and innovation. By involving diverse perspectives and ideas, collaborative decision-making fosters creativity and innovation. It encourages individuals to think outside the box and consider alternative solutions. Increased ownership and commitment. When individuals are actively involved in the decision-making process, they feel a sense of ownership and commitment to the outcomes. This leads to greater accountability and motivation to implement the decisions effectively. Improved problem solving. Collaborative decision-making allows for a more comprehensive analysis of problems and challenges. By leveraging the collective knowledge and expertise of the team, it becomes easier to identify and address potential issues. Stronger relationships and trust. Collaborative decision-making builds stronger relationships and trust among team members. It creates a supportive and inclusive environment where individuals feel valued and respected. Higher quality decisions. By considering multiple perspectives and evaluating various options, collaborative decision-making leads to higher quality decisions. The collective wisdom of the group helps minimize biases and blind spots. Increased employee engagement. Involving employees in decision-making increases their engagement and satisfaction. It demonstrates that their opinions and contributions are valued, leading to higher levels of motivation and productivity. In conclusion, collaborative decision-making is a powerful tool for effective dialogue in professional settings. By embracing the principles and strategies outlined in this section, individuals and teams can harness the collective intelligence and creativity of the group to make informed and successful decisions. 11.3 Giving and receiving feedback. Feedback is an essential component of effective communication and dialogue. It allows individuals to provide valuable insights, share perspectives, and offer suggestions for improvement. Whether in a professional or personal setting, giving and receiving feedback is crucial for growth, development, and building strong relationships. In this section, we will explore the importance of giving and receiving feedback, as well as strategies for delivering and accepting feedback constructively. The importance of feedback. Feedback serves as a powerful tool for personal and professional growth. It provides individuals with valuable information about their performance, behavior, and impact on others. By offering feedback, we can help others recognize their strengths, identify areas for improvement, and enhance their skills. Additionally, feedback allows us to build trust, strengthen relationships, and foster a culture of open communication. Strategies for giving feedback. When giving feedback, it is important to approach the conversation with empathy, clarity, and a focus on improvement. Here are some strategies to consider. Be specific and objective. Provide specific examples of the behavior or situation you are addressing. This helps the recipient understand the context and allows for a more focused discussion. Avoid generalizations and subjective statements that may lead to misunderstandings. Use the I language. Frame your feedback using I statements to express your own observations and feelings. This approach avoids sounding accusatory and encourages a more open and non-defensive response from the recipient. For example, instead of saying, "You always interrupt others," you can say, "I notice that sometimes I feel interrupted during our conversations." Focus on behavior, not personality. It is important to separate the person from their actions when providing feedback. Instead of making judgments about someone's character, concentrate on specific behaviors or actions that can be modified or improved. This helps to maintain a constructive and non-threatening environment. Balance positive and constructive feedback. While it is important to address areas for improvement, it is equally important to acknowledge and appreciate the recipient's strengths and accomplishments. Balancing positive feedback with constructive criticism helps to maintain motivation and build confidence. Offer suggestions for improvement. Instead of solely pointing out flaws, provide suggestions or alternatives for improvement. This demonstrates your willingness to support the recipient's growth and development. Be specific and offer actionable steps that can be taken to address the areas of improvement. Encourage dialogue and active listening. Feedback should be a two-way conversation. Encourage the recipient to share their perspective, ask questions, and seek clarification. Actively listen to their responses and be open to their point of view. This promotes a collaborative and respectful exchange of ideas. Strategies for receiving feedback. Receiving feedback can sometimes be challenging, as it may trigger feelings of defensiveness or self-doubt. However, by adopting a growth mindset and utilizing effective strategies, we can make the most of the feedback we receive. Here are some strategies for receiving feedback constructively. Stay open and non-defensive. When receiving feedback, try to remain open-minded and avoid becoming defensive. Remember that feedback is an opportunity for growth and improvement. Take a moment to process the information before responding, and focus on understanding the perspective of the person providing the feedback. Ask for clarification. If the feedback is unclear or you need more information, don't hesitate to ask for clarification. Seek specific examples or instances to better understand the feedback in its context. This demonstrates your willingness to learn and shows that you value the other person's input. Listen actively. Practice active listening by giving your full attention to the person providing feedback. Avoid interrupting or becoming defensive. Instead, listen attentively, maintain eye contact, and nod to show that you are engaged in the conversation. This helps to create a safe and supportive environment for dialogue. Reflect on the feedback. take time to reflect on the feedback you have received. Consider the validity of the feedback and how it aligns with your goals and values. Reflecting allows you to gain insights into your own behavior and identify areas for growth and improvement. Express gratitude. Regardless of whether the feedback is positive or constructive, express gratitude to the person providing it. Thank them for taking the time to offer their insights and for their willingness to help you grow. Showing appreciation encourages a culture of open communication and fosters stronger relationships. Take action. Use the feedback as a catalyst for personal or professional development. Identify specific actions you can take to address the feedback and improve your performance. Set goals and create a plan to implement the necessary changes. Taking proactive steps demonstrates your commitment to growth and learning. Remember, feedback is a valuable gift that can help us become better versions of ourselves. By giving and receiving feedback with empathy, clarity, and a growth mindset, we can foster a culture of continuous improvement and create stronger connections with others. 11.4 Conflict resolution in the workplace. Conflict is an inevitable part of any workplace. When people with different backgrounds, perspectives, and goals come together, disagreements are bound to arise. However, conflict doesn't have to be destructive. In fact, when managed effectively, conflict can lead to growth, innovation, and stronger relationships within the workplace. This is where conflict resolution comes into play. Conflict resolution is the process of addressing and resolving conflicts in a constructive and positive manner. It involves finding a mutually acceptable solution that satisfies the needs and interests of all parties involved. By engaging in effective conflict resolution, individuals can maintain a harmonious work environment and foster better communication and collaboration. Understanding conflict in the workplace. Before delving into conflict resolution strategies, it's important to understand the nature of conflict in the workplace. Conflict can arise due to various reasons, such as differences in goals and priorities. When individuals have conflicting objectives or priorities, it can lead to disagreements and tension. Communication breakdown. Miscommunication or lack of effective communication can create misunderstandings and conflicts. Personality clashes. Differences in personalities, work styles, or values can result in conflicts between individuals. Power struggles. Conflicts can arise when there is a perceived or actual imbalance of power within the workplace. Resource allocation. Limited resources, such as budget, time, or equipment, can lead to conflicts when individuals compete for these resources. Conflict resolution strategies. To effectively resolve conflicts in the workplace, it's important to approach the situation with a calm and open mindset. Here are some strategies that can help. Identify the underlying issues. Before attempting to resolve a conflict, it's crucial to identify the root causes. This involves understanding the perspectives and interests of all parties involved. By uncovering the underlying issues, you can address them directly and find a solution that meets everyone's needs. Encourage open communication. Create a safe and supportive environment where individuals feel comfortable expressing their concerns and opinions. Encourage active listening and ensure that everyone has an opportunity to speak. By fostering open communication, you can promote understanding and find common ground. Seek common interests. Look for shared interests or goals among the conflicting parties. By focusing on common ground, you can shift the focus from individual differences to shared objectives. This can help in finding mutually beneficial solutions that satisfy everyone involved. Explore different perspectives. Encourage individuals to see the situation from different perspectives. This can help in developing empathy and understanding for others' viewpoints. By promoting perspective taking, you can foster empathy and create an environment where individuals are more willing to collaborate and find compromises. Brainstorm solutions. Once the underlying issues have been identified and perspectives have been explored, it's time to brainstorm potential solutions. Encourage creativity and generate a variety of options. Evaluate each solution based on its feasibility, impact, and alignment with the shared interests identified earlier. Negotiate and compromise. In many cases, finding a solution requires negotiation and compromise. Encourage individuals to be flexible and willing to make concessions. Emphasize the importance of finding a win-win solution that addresses the concerns of all parties involved. Mediation. In situations where conflicts are particularly complex or intense, it may be beneficial to involve a neutral third party as a mediator. A mediator can help facilitate communication, guide the conflict resolution process, and ensure that all parties are heard and understood. Follow up and evaluate. After a conflict has been resolved, it's important to follow up and evaluate the effectiveness of the solution. Monitor the situation to ensure that the resolution is being implemented and that any lingering issues are addressed promptly. This can help prevent future conflicts and promote a positive work environment. Benefits of effective conflict resolution. Engaging in effective conflict resolution in the workplace can yield numerous benefits, including improved relationships. By addressing conflicts in a constructive manner, individuals can build stronger relationships based on trust, respect, and understanding. Enhanced communication. Conflict resolution promotes open and honest communication, leading to better understanding and collaboration among team members. Increased productivity. Resolving conflicts promptly and effectively can minimize disruptions and distractions, allowing individuals to focus on their work and achieve their goals. Innovation and creativity. conflict can lead to the exploration of new ideas and perspectives. By resolving conflicts in a positive manner, individuals can tap into their creativity and find innovative solutions to challenges. Positive work environment. A workplace that actively engages in conflict resolution fosters a positive and supportive atmosphere. This can boost employee morale, job satisfaction, and overall well-being. Remember, conflict is not inherently negative. It is how we approach and resolve conflicts that determines their impact on the workplace. By embracing conflict resolution strategies and promoting open dialogue, individuals can transform conflicts into opportunities for growth, collaboration, and success. 12. Dialogue in personal relationships. 12.1 Communication in intimate relationships. Intimate relationships are built on a foundation of open and honest communication. Effective dialogue is essential for fostering understanding, resolving conflicts, and building strong connections with your partner. In this section, we will explore the key elements of communication in intimate relationships and provide practical tips for engaging in meaningful dialogue. The importance of communication in intimate relationships. Communication is the lifeblood of any relationship, but it holds even greater significance in intimate relationships. Intimacy requires vulnerability, trust, and emotional connection, all of which are nurtured through effective communication. When partners are able to express their thoughts, feelings, and needs openly and honestly, it creates a safe and supportive environment for growth and intimacy. Active listening in intimate relationships. Active listening is a crucial skill for effective communication in intimate relationships. It involves fully engaging with your partner's words, emotions, and nonverbal cues to understand their perspective and validate their experiences. Here are some strategies to enhance your active listening skills. Give your full attention. When your partner is speaking, put aside distractions and focus solely on them. Maintain eye contact, nod, and use verbal cues to show that you are actively listening. Practice empathy. Try to put yourself in your partner's shoes and understand their emotions and experiences. Validate their feelings by acknowledging and empathizing with them. Avoid interrupting. Allow your partner to express themselves fully without interruption. Interrupting can derail the conversation and make your partner feel unheard or dismissed. Reflect and paraphrase. After your partner has finished speaking, summarize what you heard to ensure you understood their message correctly. Paraphrasing shows that you are actively engaged and interested in their perspective. Ask clarifying questions. If something is unclear or you need more information, ask open-ended questions to gain a deeper understanding of your partner's thoughts and feelings. Expressing emotions and needs. In intimate relationships, it is essential to express your emotions and needs openly and honestly. However, it can be challenging to communicate effectively when emotions are running high. Here are some tips for expressing emotions and needs in a constructive manner. Use I statements. When discussing sensitive topics or expressing emotions, use I statements to take ownership of your feelings. For example, say, I feel hurt when, instead of, you always make me feel. Be specific and clear. Clearly articulate your emotions and needs to avoid misunderstandings. Instead of saying, I'm upset, explain why you are upset and what you need from your partner. Avoid blame and criticism. Blaming and criticizing your partner can escalate conflicts and create a defensive atmosphere. Instead, focus on expressing your feelings and needs without attacking or blaming them. Practice active problem solving. When conflicts arise, approach them as opportunities for growth and problem solving. Collaborate with your partner to find mutually beneficial solutions and compromises. Conflict resolution in intimate relationships. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship, but how it is handled can make a significant difference in the health and longevity of the relationship. Here are some strategies for resolving conflicts in intimate relationships. Choose the right time and place. Find a suitable time and place to discuss the issue when both you and your partner are calm and receptive. Avoid bringing up sensitive topics during heated moments. Use I statements. Express your feelings and needs using I statements to avoid sounding accusatory or confrontational. Focus on your perspective rather than attacking your partner. Practice active listening. Give your partner the opportunity to express their perspective and actively listen to understand their point of view. Avoid interrupting or becoming defensive. Seek compromise and find common ground. Look for solutions that meet both your needs and your partner's needs. Be willing to make compromises and find middle ground to resolve the conflict. Take breaks when needed. If the discussion becomes too heated or emotions are running high, it is okay to take a break and revisit the conversation when both of you are calmer and more composed. Remember, effective communication and conflict resolution take practice and patience. It is essential to approach these conversations with a willingness to listen, understand, and find mutually beneficial solutions. In the next section, we will explore the importance of active listening in intimate relationships and provide practical tips for implementing it with your loved ones. 12.2 Active listening with loved ones. Active listening is a crucial skill in any type of relationship, but it becomes even more important when it comes to our loved ones. Whether it's our partners, family members, or close friends, active listening plays a significant role in building strong connections and resolving conflicts. In this section, we will explore the importance of active listening in our personal relationships and provide practical tips on how to engage in active listening with our loved ones. The power of active listening. Active listening is more than just hearing the words someone is saying. It involves fully focusing on the speaker, understanding their perspective, and responding in a way that shows genuine interest and empathy. When we actively listen to our loved ones, we create a safe and supportive environment for them to express themselves, which strengthens the bond between us. One of the primary benefits of active listening is that it enhances communication. By giving our full attention to the speaker, we can better understand their thoughts, feelings, and needs. This understanding allows us to respond in a way that is more meaningful and supportive, fostering open and honest communication. Active listening also helps to build trust and intimacy in our relationships. When we actively listen to our loved ones, they feel heard and valued, which deepens the emotional connection between us. It shows that we genuinely care about their thoughts and feelings, and it encourages them to be more open and vulnerable with us. Tips for engaging in active listening with loved ones. Be fully present. When engaging in a conversation with your loved ones, eliminate distractions and give them your undivided attention. Put away your phone, turn off the TV, and create a space where you can focus solely on the conversation. Maintain eye contact. Eye contact is a powerful nonverbal cue that shows your loved ones that you are actively listening. It conveys interest, respect, and attentiveness. However, be mindful of cultural differences, as some cultures may have different norms regarding eye contact. Listen without interrupting. Allow your loved ones to express themselves fully without interrupting or interjecting your own thoughts. Interrupting can make them feel unheard and can hinder the flow of their thoughts and emotions. Use verbal and nonverbal cues. Show your loved ones that you are actively listening by using verbal and nonverbal cues. Nodding your head, smiling, and using encouraging phrases like, "I see, go on," or, "Tell me more," can signal that you are engaged in the conversation. Reflect and paraphrase. After your loved ones have finished speaking, reflect back on what they said to ensure that you understood their message correctly. Paraphrase their words and feelings to demonstrate that you were actively listening and to clarify any potential misunderstandings. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage your loved ones to share more by asking open-ended questions that require more than a simple yes or no answer. These questions invite them to elaborate on their thoughts and feelings, fostering deeper and more meaningful conversations. Validate their emotions. Show empathy and understanding by acknowledging and validating your loved one's emotions. Let them know that their feelings are valid and that you are there to support them. Avoid dismissing or minimizing their emotions, as this can create barriers to effective communication. Avoid judgment and criticism. Practice non-judgmental listening by suspending your own judgments and refraining from criticizing or blaming your loved ones. Create a safe space where they feel comfortable expressing themselves without fear of judgment. Practice patience. Sometimes, our loved ones may need time to gather their thoughts or express themselves fully. Practice patience and give them the space they need to communicate at their own pace. Avoid rushing or pressuring them to speak. Show appreciation. After your loved ones have shared their thoughts and feelings, express your gratitude for their openness and vulnerability. Let them know that you appreciate their trust and that you value their perspective. By incorporating these tips into your interactions with your loved ones, you can cultivate a deeper level of understanding, trust, and connection. Active listening is a continuous practice that requires effort and intention, but the rewards it brings to our personal relationships are immeasurable. 12.3 Resolving conflicts in relationships. Conflict is a natural part of any relationship. Whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or a family dynamic, disagreements and conflicts are bound to arise. However, it's how we handle these conflicts that can make or break the relationship. Resolving conflicts in relationships requires open communication, empathy, and a willingness to find common ground. In this section, we will explore effective strategies for resolving conflicts and strengthening the bond between individuals. Understanding the nature of conflict. Before diving into conflict resolution strategies, it's important to understand the nature of conflict in relationships. Conflicts often arise due to differences in opinions, values, needs, or expectations. It's crucial to recognize that conflict is not inherently negative but rather an opportunity for growth and understanding. When approached with the right mindset, conflicts can lead to deeper connections and stronger relationships. 1. Open and honest communication. The foundation of resolving conflicts in relationships is open and honest communication. It's essential to create a safe space where both parties feel comfortable expressing their thoughts and emotions. This means actively listening to each other without interrupting or becoming defensive. When communicating, use I statements to express your feelings and avoid blaming or attacking the other person. Remember, the goal is to find a resolution, not to win an argument. 2. Seek to understand. Conflict resolution requires empathy and the ability to see the situation from the other person's perspective. Take the time to listen and understand their point of view, even if you disagree. Ask open-ended questions to gain clarity and show genuine interest in their thoughts and feelings. By actively seeking to understand each other, you can find common ground and work towards a mutually beneficial solution. 3. Focus on the issue, not the person. During conflicts, it's easy to get caught up in personal attacks or criticism. However, it's important to remember that the goal is to resolve the issue, not to attack the other person. Avoid using derogatory language or making sweeping generalizations. Instead, focus on the specific problem at hand and brainstorm potential solutions together. By separating the person from the problem, you can maintain respect and preserve the relationship. 4. Practice active listening. Active listening is a crucial skill in conflict resolution. It involves fully engaging with the speaker and demonstrating that you understand their perspective. To practice active listening, maintain eye contact, nod to show you're listening, and provide verbal and nonverbal cues to indicate your understanding. Reflect back what the person has said to ensure you've correctly understood their point of view. By actively listening, you can foster a sense of validation and understanding, which can help to escalate conflicts. 5. Find common ground. When conflicts arise, it's important to find common ground and identify shared goals or interests. Look for areas of agreement and build upon them. By focusing on shared values or objectives, you can work together towards a resolution that satisfies both parties. This collaborative approach fosters a sense of teamwork and strengthens the relationship. 6. Brainstorm solutions. Once you've identified the underlying issues and established common ground, it's time to brainstorm potential solutions. Encourage creativity and open-mindedness during this process. Consider all options, even if they seem unconventional at first. Remember, the goal is to find a solution that meets the needs and interests of both parties. Be willing to compromise and explore alternative perspectives. 7. Evaluate and choose the best solution. After generating a list of potential solutions, evaluate each option based on its feasibility and potential impact on the relationship. Consider the short-term and long-term consequences of each solution. Choose the option that best addresses the underlying issues and promotes mutual understanding and growth. It's important to make decisions together, ensuring that both parties feel heard and respected. 8. Implement and review. Once a solution has been chosen, it's time to implement it and observe its effects. Monitor the progress and evaluate whether the chosen solution is effectively resolving the conflict. If necessary, be open to revisiting the issue and making adjustments. Regularly check in with each other to ensure that both parties are satisfied with the resolution and that the relationship is moving forward positively. 9. Seek mediation if needed. In some cases, conflicts in relationships may be too complex or emotionally charged to resolve independently. If you find yourselves at an impasse, consider seeking the help of a neutral third party, such as a therapist or mediator. A trained professional can provide guidance, facilitate communication, and offer alternative perspectives. Mediation can be particularly beneficial when conflicts have become deeply entrenched or when there is a history of unresolved issues. Conclusion. Resolving conflicts in relationships requires patience, empathy, and effective communication. By approaching conflicts with an open mind and a willingness to understand each other's perspectives, you can find mutually beneficial solutions and strengthen your bond. Remember, conflicts are opportunities for growth and deeper connections. Embrace them as a chance to learn and evolve together. 12.4 Building strong connections. Building strong connections is essential for fostering healthy and meaningful relationships. In this section, we will explore strategies and techniques to help you build strong connections through engaging in dialogue. 1. Active listening. Active listening is a fundamental skill that forms the foundation of effective dialogue and building strong connections. When engaging in dialogue, it is crucial to give your full attention to the other person and demonstrate that you are actively listening. Here are some tips to enhance your active listening skills. Maintain eye contact. By maintaining eye contact, you show the other person that you are fully present and engaged in the conversation. It conveys respect and interest in what they have to say. Avoid distractions. Minimize distractions such as checking your phone or looking around the room. Focus your attention solely on the person speaking to demonstrate your commitment to the conversation. Practice empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and try to understand their perspective. Show empathy by acknowledging their feelings and validating their experiences. Use verbal and nonverbal cues. Nodding your head, using affirmative phrases like, I see, or, I understand, and mirroring their body language can indicate that you are actively listening and encourage the speaker to continue sharing. 2. Open and honest communication. Open and honest communication is vital for building strong connections. It involves expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs while also being receptive to the other person's perspective. Here are some strategies to promote open and honest communication. Be transparent. Share your thoughts and feelings openly, avoiding passive-aggressive or manipulative communication. Be clear and direct in expressing your needs and expectations. Practice active self-disclosure. Open up about your own experiences, vulnerabilities, and challenges. This can create a safe space for the other person to do the same, fostering a deeper connection. Encourage open dialogue. Create an environment where the other person feels comfortable expressing themselves without fear of judgment or criticism. Encourage them to share their thoughts and actively listen to their perspective. Use I statements. When discussing sensitive topics or expressing concerns, use I statements to avoid sounding accusatory. For example, say, I feel hurt when, instead of, you always make me feel. 3. Respect and validation. Respect and validation are crucial elements in building strong connections. When engaging in dialogue, it is essential to show respect for the other person's opinions, beliefs, and experiences. Here are some ways to demonstrate respect and validation. Avoid interrupting. Allow the other person to express their thoughts fully without interrupting or interjecting. Interrupting can be perceived as disrespectful and may hinder open communication. Validate their feelings. Acknowledge and validate the other person's emotions, even if you may not agree with their perspective. Let them know that their feelings are valid and that you understand their point of view. Be non-judgmental. Suspend judgment and refrain from criticizing or belittling the other person's ideas or beliefs. Instead, approach the conversation with an open mind and a willingness to learn from their perspective. Show appreciation. Express gratitude for the other person's willingness to engage in dialogue and share their thoughts. A simple, "Thank you for sharing," can go a long way in building strong connections. 4. Building trust. Trust is the cornerstone of any strong connection. When engaging in dialogue, it is essential to build and maintain trust with the other person. Here are some strategies to foster trust. Be reliable. Follow through on your commitments and promises. Consistently demonstrating reliability and accountability will help establish trust in the relationship. Maintain confidentiality. Respect the other person's privacy by keeping their personal information confidential. Avoid sharing their private thoughts or experiences with others without their consent. Be honest and transparent. Avoid deception or withholding important information. Be honest and transparent in your communication, even when discussing difficult or sensitive topics. Apologize and forgive. When mistakes happen or misunderstandings occur, be willing to apologize and seek forgiveness. Similarly, be open to forgiving others when they apologize. This demonstrates a commitment to repairing and maintaining trust in the relationship. Building strong connections through engaging in dialogue requires active listening, open and honest communication, respect, validation, and trust. By implementing these strategies, you can foster deeper connections and cultivate healthier relationships in both personal and professional settings. Remember, building strong connections is an ongoing process that requires effort and commitment from all parties involved.